there's a natural thing that's gonna happen. You'll see what that is.
Respect.
Yeah. So, what do I want to start with? Because we want to start with something. Ooh, we want to start with like. We definitely want to start with this shit, and then we want to get like real fucked up. Yeah. All right, cool. So let's do this,
What is it?
and let's
What is music?
do this. All right, before we begin, why is my mic doing stuff? Can you guys hear like things happening on my side?
Not
No.
particularly.
No.
That's you.
It's fucking weird. All right, because I keep getting it like I'm talking when I'm not talking.
Feel you.
Maybe it's
I don't know.
hearing you like you typing or something.
Fine.
Yeah, it's an unknown factor.
Yeah, it's gonna be a thing. It'll be all right, I guess.
Oh boy. Okay.
Right. All right.
All right, boys. Let's do this.
I cannot wait.
So, before we begin,
Where my phone at?
sorry, let me just. So before we start, really quickly, I just want to go over, normal stuff. So before we left, we leveled up. So let's do. We did the health. So let's do.
You're
No, that was Vimic who still needed it. We did
Yeah.
everything except.
I just had a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm not really best with Excel, and that being said, like the cantrips are taking up my spells, room, and I'm gonna have a lot more spells when I level up.
Yeah, I thought we discussed this
Yeah,
yesterday, but I
add a
guess
link.
that was yeah.
Oh, yeah?
So just add a link to the bottom of the list that says more spells, and then just add a Google Doc with the rest of your spells.
Yeah, thank you, because that solves my issue.
Yeah,
Because I forgot to add my new health.
yeah, that's going to be a common thing. Mainly, there's multiple reasons why you want to do that stuff. Again, I know you guys, your arguments probably, but there's an app for that. It's pretty much a bad idea to use the app because the app automatically does shit for you. And if you don't know how to do that shit, you're always going to be asking how to do it no matter what. If you're playing D&D, you should just do it on a piece, like just do it yourself on a piece of paper or some shit. Like just keep track of all your stuff. Good, practical application of studying and all that garbage. If you write it down and you read it, it makes you smarter. Blah blah blah. Anyway, health checks. We should be all at full health. And we did the health last time, so I don't think we need to check. All right, cool. We could just start off. So before we do anything else, so as you guys left off last session, you finished speaking to an elderly man in a black cloak by the name of Davion Mardukov. He is the head of the Mardukov household or clan. They run the winery you are standing in front of and the vineyard you are standing in. Um, he was discussing how druids had came about a day ago and started ransacking his home. That said, let's deal with Vimic. And let me answer any questions. Back. Oh, okay, you'll just be right back.
That's really too bad.
Cool. So as you kind of stand at the pathway leading to the winery, you note in front of you a kind of misty fog starts to kind of just form up. At first, it kind of forms almost outward of nothing. You could see it kind of rising from like the grass, and as it spreads, it becomes larger. I'm just gonna click on this, and then boom. Yeah, from the mist rises a figure in just a full leather armor set with fur around his neck. He just kind of stares at the party. You could see he's rather grizzled. He has a large scar going down the right side of his face across his eye. and he kind of blinks that a bit too much. You can almost see he has a long white beard growing as his skin is aged a bit. From the looks of it, he's half orc. He kind of just stares at you. He points
What
to
the?
Vimic and just looks out. That one, she'll do, or he'll do, right? He'll do. He looks back at the party. With that, he kind of collectively has Vimic kind of just walk to him. You could see the space around him starts to form kind of a mist as he puts his hand on Vimic's
Vimic?
arm. Who? What?
Oh no,
What
I was
happened?
calling out to Vimic because again, we don't know what's
Hey,
happening
what
here.
are you doing?
Oh, I got you. You hear no response as the figure kind of has Vimic enthralled. No worries about me. You could trust me. That said, I wouldn't suggest trusting anyone here. With that, the figure vanishes with Vimic. Oh, is that? Oh, that's automatic. Look at that. Sorry, I'm getting used to stuff. Anyway,
I'm gonna, I'm gonna walk over to where the mist was and like inspect the ground and see if I can see any traces.
cool. So as you walk into the mist, you could still see some of the trails floating around. As you enter it, you see the mist kind of move around you. The rest of the party can kind of see as the mist starts to engulf Lucian as it slowly builds up around, slowly forming.
How is it
It's
just
not
getting out of there?
it's not really getting thicker, but it is kind of swirling around him now. What was that?
I was just calling out to Lucian. You might want to get out of there.
Yes.
I'm gonna try to
Otherwise,
step out of the mist.
Okay. As you take a step back, the mist immediately dissipates and kind of fades. You can see it kind of almost burst like a bubble, but just very smooth. As this is happening, you begin to hear a strange rattling all around you. It's just this weird. It just sounds like bushes being moved, but you know there's no wind, so it's strange that there's a loud rustling. There are trees to your east and west that are just. They sound like they're being pushed over almost. The vineyard, the grapevines, kind of start to shake violently as well. After a small time, it stops. You can see Davian look concerned as he looks around. You can see him say something to his son, but you're too far away from him to understand what it is. You can see his son panic a bit. He moves people outward as you kind of start to look around and perceive. Um, let's see, what do we got? There we go. Uh, the ground begins to burst around you. As rising from it, there are just an immense amount of well, more or less strange creatures that look to be small trees. You could see vines growing in and around them. They're mostly wooden-looking branches as they kind of make a strange broken wood sound as they move and click and clack around. You could see them still ripping themselves up from the ground and pulling themselves from the vineyard and the grapevines. As you kind of
Mm,
look on
Would
at
I
it,
be able to?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Would I be able to make a move towards the mansion while they're still like seem to be in the middle of getting themselves up?
No, I don't know why you would ask that. Um, as this is going on, um, you could see turning back, the Mardikovs have disappeared completely. You no longer see them. However, you do note that there are still dozens of ravens just sitting in the tree looking on, just lightly squawking. You could see one raven perched near you to the south, kind of razz up his wings and stretch them out, or raise up his wings. I said razz for some reason. And kind of look on. You hear him go as loud as he can, as the other ravens all kind of perk up and look over at the blight creatures you see like rising up from the ground. Um, they just look around and you just start hearing a mass crowing.
would I know what these wooden creatures are?
Uh, I don't know. Would you?
I could have read about them in the books.
What
Uh,
did you read?
I just read like a whole bunch of that, like Doom Spare Time. I just read books. Like I didn't socialize.
So you didn't do what?
I read books. I at spare time has read any book, anything, really. Uh, I know a lot about magic. I know a lot about history.
So you've told me nothing that would tell me your character knows anything about these creatures. So I'm gonna go with a no.
Hmm. All right.
As this is preparing to happen, I'm going to bypass initiative based on distance proximity. So that would make Lucian or turn order be Lucian, Jotun, um, Exalt. Then we're gonna go with Sotero, Kester, Tilgrim, and Bennett, because that kind of mirrors turn order anyway. So
Did you say Zelf?
I did. Oh,
Oh,
oh, I forgot about. Actually, yeah, I did. I guess I'll go through and explain. Um, so what's going on with Exolf? As you look on, the small goat begins to immediately start to panic. In his panic, he runs off 30 feet ahead of you.
Bah.
Wait, I'm still on the goat, right? Or did I jump
Oh,
off?
I
you,
mean,
No, he's still
yeah.
on me. You're still on the
you
go.
would still be on the goat. So you are now thrown on the ground next to a raven in a tree. You could see Exolf kick wildly as he just begins to run around at random. So you're aware he can't be within 30 feet of any of the tree things without flipping out. That said, you could see the trees slowly start to move, creeping slowly towards you from every direction. It's Lucian's turn.
Listening to the young man's instructions, I'll head south and look for that supply entrance.
Um, you come to the front of the winery. You note that there are specifically right in front of you, there is a wagon. You could see on the wagon it's being loaded up with just a bunch of different things, but notably enough, there are two cases or barrels of what you see to be stamped or branded as Wizard of the Wines wine. You note that there's no horse, but you can hear kind of the distressed sound of a horse to your where would that be on you? That would be your west. Um, as you kind of hear it kind of throughout the gates, you looking west can note that there's a stable with a double door shut. Um, in front of you again, there's an opening in a wagon. You can see directly up through the supply entrance. There's kind of a cutout hole. You could see into the second floor. You could see kind of a figure standing there, back turned towards the area.
And do I see any other figures or just that one?
You can't see any other figures. To your immediate right, you see the front door leading directly into the winery. It looks to be closed.
Well, would I be able to use my mirror to get any other angles in that door?
Um, Looking over at it, plus the other door you're directly in front of, there doesn't seem to be much space to put mirrors underneath. You can make the attempt.
I'd rather keep my mirror in one space. So I'm pretty much gonna creep up to the door that has the person looking the other way.
What do you mean creep up to the door with the person in the other way?
You said there was a door I could see a hole through, and someone's facing the other way from the door.
Oh, no, it's not a door. In the supply dock, the loading dock area, you can see up to the second floor. There seems to be a cutout hole leading upstairs, like a balcony of some sort. And there's a figure with back turned against kind of a, I guess, a railing, just standing there.
But I see someone On the ground floor, on the second floor balcony.
On the ground floor, yeah, you see somebody on the second floor.
Can I see any door openings or anything?
You don't see any door openings. On the second floor, right in front of you is a door, and to your right is another door with steps leading up to it.
And the front door is locked.
I have no idea if the front door is locked.
I'm gonna go over to the front door and silently check if it's locked.
All right, you got okay, that's your movement. As you kind of grapple with the front door, you give it a fair grab, and you note that it's not locked. The front door is unlocked.
Is there any? There's no space for a mirror.
There's just a tiny little crack underneath the door. You're not sure your mirror would fit or not, and it would be hard to get a reflection from the angle.
Do I see any windows?
Um, there are windows in front of you, but there aren't any anything that's clear or viewed. It looks like they've been kind of shut from inside. You see kind of shutters.
All right, I'm gonna have my back up to the where I was before, just so if that person on the balcony turns around, I'm out of sight. And that'll be my turn.
All right. So you said you're going back to that original position.
Yeah.
All right. So you're okay. So you pretty much end up standing in front of a small wooden staircase leading into the loading, against kind of a just a iron wrapped just wood beam sticking out of the ground that's pushing or holding up the secondary floor. Kind of looking at the figure, you can
Oh,
note as you, what
I didn't ask earlier. Are there stairs leading up to the second floor from here?
there are not. No, you could
Oh,
see a crane that is hooked up to a winch that is on the second floor with its rope and hook on the first floor. You can tell from the way it's hanging, it looks to be how they load barrels of wine onto the wagons.
all right. And does that person seem to be looking through a door or in a room or talking or anything from what I can see?
No, you just see them kind of cloaked with their back turned, leaning up against the railing, and they're not speaking or anything. They're just kind of. It seems. It seems, for all accounts and purposes, that they're just leaning and relaxing.
Oh, all right then. Yeah, that'll be my turn.
All right. As this is happening, some of the blights move forward. You can hear them crawling, just a weird clicking of wood. You could see them kind of flopping over the vineyards and ripping through the grapes. As one of them approaches Bennett, you could see just this very kind of short, kind of 4 foot thing, just wrapped in just wood. It just looks like a tree come to life. It opens its mouth to scream at you, but you hear nothing at all. But you can see, just based on the 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 rage in its body language, that it's screaming at you. As it goes to open its mouth, you could see its hands come up, long branches start curling into claws as they swing down at you. Um, as this is going on, you immediately kind of hear a "Caw!" as one of the ravens comes down. Oh shit! Not all of the ravens,
Oh
guys. Just one.
Jesus!
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
I
whoa,
was about to
whoa!
say, whoa,
All right,
hold
that
on,
is
I got the
all right.
Ravens on my side.
Quad
Yeah.
up.
As one of the ravens comes down and yeah, immediately like tears the creature to shreds. You can see another one kind of run around and through the bushes as they continue to move forward. The
Damn.
strange thing is, if you don't really pay attention to them, it just sounds like leaves and branches. That said, this brings up. Uh, Sorry, I'm thinking. I'm overthinking now. I was thinking about proximity stuff. Anyway, this brings up Jotun's turn.
So the ravens like appear to be holding the what are they, blights, you said? Off?
Yeah, like
Oh,
blighted creatures made of wood or something. The ravens are ravens. I don't know if you asked about that.
Just regular ravens.
From what you can tell, they're ravens.
You said there was a person inside, right?
Yes, young man. There's a person inside on the second floor of the balcony.
You appear to notice that
Likely
we're
one of the
outside.
druids.
Appeared.
So as you yell that out towards Jotun, the
What? I
creatures
didn't
begin
yell. I
to.
didn't yell. Isn't
Uh,
Yoden like right there?
no,
it's
Jotun's
25
all the
feet
way
away.
back.
Oh, that is.
So as you
Oh,
yell,
that's
the creatures approach
south.
again. They seem to be spurred on. You can hear, Lucian can hear directly, or at least you see the figure inside immediately get up from the railing and walk away. You can hear the figure say something as you hear foot traffic within the building, um, many feet running around quickly. It almost sounds like something inside is preparing something.
So in definition, fuck me.
I'm gonna
Uh,
move closer to Lucian so that if he talks to me again, he doesn't have to like yell.
uh, 25 feet.
Oh, okay, so I have 5 feet of movement less. You said there was somebody inside. Does he know we're here?
Yes.
Are we allowed to go in?
Repeat that.
Is the front door locked? Are we allowed to go in?
Well, it's not locked, but well, I wouldn't trust that.
Did you try knocking?
The door's unlocked. You can go ahead and try if you want to.
I'm gonna go up to the front door and like just knock on the door, but like not step inside.
Okay. So you go to knock on the door, you don't hear a response. However, as you knock on the door, the echoing drives the blights to move again towards you. You immediately realize that you've left some of your party members kind of in the midst of them without thinking about what would happen if a horde of creatures ran down on you. In the interest of time, I need Bennett and Kester to make. Oh, I'm sorry. I need Bennett, Kester, and Sotero to make dex checks or saves for me.
Joy.
Eh,
Okay.
Good. Oh, joy. Oh.
cool.
Oh.
Uh,
Not very joyful.
you see the blights just kind of swing down with their claws upon each of you. In order from Kester to Sotero to Bennett, they slash at you, carving away and doing what they can.
Yeah.
Type of damage.
Okay. All right. 9 health. Sick, sick.
But they continue to kind of stand around you. You can note that the closer they are in proximity to each other, the thicker their bark skin gets, the more forceful they get as well. It seems as if they frenzy when together or grouped.
Mm,
This
nice.
brings us to well, whoever's turn is next. Sorry, I'm jumping around a lot.
Oh, it's all
That would
turn.
be Exalt, who is going to spend. Go ahead and roll a d4, guy.
Four.
Cool. You can move up to 30 feet. You cannot enter 30 feet within range of any of the visible lights that are above you. In the area you're at now, you're completely safe as there's a gate and you are, again, in a safe zone for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot attack. You cannot do any action outside of eating something or trying to ram something.
I could go to like what east south, eat some grass.
Oh man.
So like 10 feet to the south. Then 10 feet.
Inside the building?
Oh no, no, next you see that little patch of green right there? Little bush
So
right there?
here?
Yeah, I'm gonna munch on grass.
Okay. So Exalt kind of bobs his way over to the grass and starts to just snack on it happily. Sounds right with the world.
Boy.
I had my turn over there.
This brings up Sotero and then Kester's turn.
All right.
So surrounded by the blights, you note that it is a very tricky situation to get out of. You also note that it seems like these creatures are faster than you've really paid attention to. Just the speed at which they've gotten to you. You note that they're just ferocious, and it doesn't seem like they understand just based on their language what's going on as much as they understand just pure violence for some reason. They almost seem like they're drawn to something.
Using my experience with undead, fey, fiends, and constructs, I do not identify any of them as one, right?
Uh, you said what again?
Using my experience with the undead, fey, fiends, and constructs, I don't identify any of these enemies as one, right?
Let me look that up because I don't want you to. I don't want to argue that, but that's a
Yeah,
good
'cause
question actually.
I don't know what. Yeah, I just wanted to know.
Mm, mm, mm. Let's see. These are. Huh. Nope.
Okay. So they seem to be faster than I could know, right?
You note that they seem to have come up fast. Yes. You also note they seem to be moving quickly.
Back behind me to Chester and Bennett and Otter. You wouldn't happen to have any fire, would you?
Uh, yeah. Yeah. I got some fire.
Okay, because as you know, I'm not suited for battle, especially against nature. Um, that I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to use my maximum movement and move 30 feet north, straight or northward towards Lucian. And I'll yell behind, then try to burn them without, tarnishing the land.
As this is going on, you see another raven kind of swing by Bennett and just strike down. one blight and then another.
For my action, I'm going to aim my light crossbow bolt. Hmm, actually, never mind. I'm just going to prep. I'm going to prepare prayer. Actually, yeah, I'm going to take out my Bible and read up spell called using my channel divinity preserve life. I'm going to prepare a prayer as I prep it in my turn.
All right. So as you look on, you kind of see the restless nature, Kester Tilgrim Bennett.
All right. Uh, Knowing that I don't have any fire that can, keep this vineyard safe, I instead opt to run downwards towards the rest of the party and just kind of take refuge. But before that, so you said like a raven killed those two in front of us, right? Are there
Yeah.
any feathers left over?
There are no feathers from the ravens now.
Rough. All right, so yeah, anyways, I'm gonna just run down towards the rest of the party and just take refuge behind, let's say that tree, right to diagonally to etc.
So here.
Yep. Let's see if I have anything I can help out here. Uh, yeesh. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna pull out a big card and just walk through it, covering myself in Blade Ward, and wait.
Okay, that brings up Tilgrim's turn.
Okay, reeling from being knocked down, I stand back up, dusting off any dirt that is on me. Looking back towards where I was last, I begin to look worried. Looking towards the rest, Lucian, Sotero, I believe it's in our best interest to enter this building. We're beginning to become surrounded. I say, motioning to all the beastly things.
What of Bennett?
I'm sure he could make his way to us. I believe we should enter post haste.
As much as I'd agree, I'd rather wait for Bennett.
Hmm. Hopefully, and I basically just move forward to the door. Well, no, I look towards Lucian and see what he says. Uh, look at him wordly.
I'd much rather wait for our ally to be safe than proceed forward. We just lost another one.
All right, then I'll just look towards the rest of the beastlies and just wordly in my turn. Then,
Looking eastward, and you're ending your turn.
yeah, I look towards the closest uh monster and just end my turn. Wait, I guess that would be like a what's the name action then? Can I take the I'm going to take the dodge action. I mean, prepare a dodge
Okay.
and then end my turn.
That brings up Bennett's turn.
Okay. So I'm gonna immediately take off full sprint towards the rest of the team. Trying to get the hell out of Dodge.
So here,
And
30
agree.
feet.
you said what?
Did like 30 feet? Did you mean like a dash action, or did you
No,
mean full speed? Oh, just running.
yeah, just full speed. And I'll just like say to everyone, inside now.
With that, I'm going to assume everybody's okay with moving inside.
That's
Yeah,
fine. We were waiting for you.
yeah, yes. Let's go. Let's go.
As we're entering inside, I'm
Sure.
going to mention, weren't we supposed to take the land from those true thingies?
Well, the druid thingies are inside, so
I guess if we
let Beth
narrow the
protect. Hmm?
passageway, we can smite them one by one.
That's not a
So
good
you want to
idea.
stay here and fight them?
We did promise, didn't we?
Yeah, we promised to solve the problem. I assume if we murder the druids inside, they'll
We enter
probably
the
stop.
building because these creatures are approaching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that idea. Ooh. Oh,
Uh, so, how do you enter the building? Are you going through the dock passage, or are you going through a stable? Are you going through or the front door? Those are the only three places you actually noted.
I guess I'm right by the dock passage.
I mean, I
Okay.
figured
I'll
we'd
head for
take
the
our.
dog passage as well.
I figured we'd take our own passageways that we wanted.
I mean, that's up to you guys. That said, if everybody's in, and I guess that's Bennett's last turn. So yeah, we'll just go at the top of the turn. That would bring up Lucian's turn.
All right. Do I see from where the guy that was standing on the balcony went to?
I, it's not a large enough opening to see that.
All right. I'm gonna head south and peer into that room with the creaked open door.
As you peer into the door, you note specifically that there's not too much on the other side, and that's when I'm gonna. Yeah, I gotta figure out this thing. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh no, we gotta do
Oh
this
no!
too. Yeah.
Like, oh my goodness.
Oh no. Oh. So looking through the pier door, you kind of see an opening to another double door. Um, this kind of just leads to a room you can't really see through. Pushing the door a bit open, you note that directly in front of you seems to be this just like a staircase of some sort, or some type of a just like a weird, I don't know, for you when you're looking, it just seems like the floor falls off.
All right. I'm quietly head through the doors, then peek. And I'm not even gonna put my head out there. I'm gonna use my mirror to just peer to what's over those doors. Uh, oh, you were darkening it. So I'm gonna peer a little closer into the room. Do I see what that table looking thing is?
Oh, I was muted the whole time. That's super weird. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, let me redo that whole thing. So, peering into the room, you note that there's a massive barrel directly in front of you, blocking off your vision. The barrel goes from the floor of the room all the way to the ceiling. As you kind of look up, it passes by what's directly above you, about 10 feet above you, that looks like a balcony or something. It's a hard, long piece of wood that's being held up by stakes. Um, and that goes out about 5 feet and then just cuts off. And then you can see above that, just looking, there's a higher ceiling about 30 feet above. The barrel reaches almost, you'd say the barrel's about 20 feet in height. You could just see new rolls filled with barrels just kind of tucked into this room. Um, the door, I'm sorry, the door to your, the door that you know that to the north seems to be barred. As you kind of look, kind of to sneak around a bit, you kind of see it barred from that side. There seems to be a long flank of wood that's been nailed to the door to keep it shut against small wooden kind of barriers next to the stone wall.
Wait,
From
wait, can you repeat that?
the wall, the door to your north, you note as you kind of look a bit around the doors, you can see that it's been boarded up from the inside, and it has like wood beams just kind of nailed across into this wood paneling. Again, it's very hard to see other than the brand new barrels and the large barrel in front of you. You'd need to go into the room and go look around the barrel to see anything further.
Yeah, I'm gonna sneak into the room while staying behind the barrel to avoid if something's in the room, it probably wouldn't see me from behind the barrel. Kind of appear from around the barrel. What's that dotted line?
The dotted line denotes that above you there's a balcony. What
All right.
is Yeah, the map denotations may or may not mean things. What direction do you peek from, the right or the left?
I'm gonna pick from the right.
So peeking around the right, you note pretty directly um, that there's a small kind of creature just kind of standing next to one of the barrels. You could see it humming, although you can't hear it humming. The only reason you know it's humming is you could see kind of just the way its mouth looks. You also see what looks like the glimpse of another door, also boarded up, as well as a door kind of slightly to your north that isn't boarded up. It's a double door. The small tree creature just kind of sits there and, well, it kind of just taps its foot as it looks like it's singing. It doesn't notice you.
All right, I'm gonna appear to the left this time.
Looking out to your left, you see a bunch of brand new barrels kind of sitting in the corner. You also note that there's a door. You can't really see too much else from the angle, but you note that the balcony goes all the way around above the barrels in the area.
And can I hear anyone from above me on the balcony? Or would that be like a perception?
You can hear the slight crowing of ravens above you. You can't see any though. As you kind of peek around the right, you actually do. On the second floor on the balcony, there are a few dozen ravens just kind of sitting there looking down. They kind of look at you and don't really make too much of a sound, but they kind of just peer around looking at different things.
Huh. All right, I'm gonna move a little bit more around the barrel to the left. Like I'll try to make it to to behind the second barrel going left.
Okay, so
Quietly, might I add.
you kind of squeeze your way between barrels to make it to the other side, kind of just glancing really quickly around. You note that one barrel kind of just like hits another barrel. Uh, from the angle you're at, you can see that there's a crack in this the closest barrel to the wall. you kind of start to hear from the crack a weird kind of crackling noise. You're not sure what to make of it. You note that there's a staircase running from the side directly in front of you up, and you get a fairly clear view of the rest of the area. You don't notice anything strange, except for, again, more barrels sitting up against the wall and more vats of large barrels kind of just sitting across. But you can't really see that from there.
And what's to the northwest of me? Is that like a staircase or?
Yeah, directly in front of you seems to be a staircase.
I'm gonna keep on moving quietly to the left.
Let's see. You're out of movement.
Ah, well then I guess I'll just stay low and hidden between the barrels.
Okay. That would bring us to Jotun's turn.
Hello? Okay.
Hello. Hello, random person.
I thought it was muted. Where did Lucian go into?
I'm sorry.
Where did Lucian go into?
Asking me?
I'm asking. I don't know. I'm asking.
Okay. Anyone? Ow.
Still being like followed by the monster things, the tree things.
Yes.
Or what?
You are being chased still, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna enter inside the other door. Is that one open?
What other door open?
The other stairs, the white stairs.
You have no idea if it's open or not.
I'm gonna attempt to open it.
If you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do. So I didn't feel like erasing things like real hard. Anyway, as you open the door, you note well, actually, based on that, let me you note that you find it easy enough to kind of push through. You'll note that on the door as you open it, there's still kind of a wood beam kind of locked against the wall. Notably enough, you just kind of go underneath it as whoever boarded up the door didn't realize that the door opened in the opposite direction. This leads you to believe one of two things. The person who boarded up the door doesn't actually live here, and the person who boarded up the door is an idiot. Inside the room, notably enough, you don't really denote too much. There's long strips of wood and iron in neat piles on the floor. It seems like this is based on the tools on the desks, a workshop. You could see pieces being bent and properly fitted. Based on just that information, you're gathering this is a barrel workshop where someone would build barrels for, based on this being a winery, to collect wine in and ferment it. Um, you note on the desk there are different tools. There are small shaping knives, mallets, and different types of shaping tools and picks. There are just basic or somewhat well or high quality crafted shears as well. You note that it's most likely that the person who is making the barrels is also making the chairs. Outside of that, it's a pretty clean room. There's no dust. There's no cobwebs or anything of the sort. No insects. It looks like whoever lives here is taking good care of the place.
Does there appear to be anything that's like half made or something like that?
You could see a few barrels being fitted and formed with different what are those things called? Vices or grips locking them together. But other than that, there's just beams of wood and again different shaping tools. You do note that to the south of the room there is a double door.
I'm gonna go towards that double door.
Okay. Uh, coming upon the door, do you wish to open it?
Yeah, I do.
Cool. I'm gonna just start deleting the shit out of all this stuff now. I could just do this, right? Yeah, I could just do now. No, it's easier to just do this. Sorry, people. I'm just like. So as you open the door, you enter into a fairly cooler room. You know that it's on the same level, but it's still a bit at least 10 degrees cooler in the room that you could feel at least. This room has inside of it rows of new barrels, filling up the room all the way to the wall. There's a narrow stone staircase spiraling upwards in the southwestern corner of the room. You note looking at the staircase, it would be quite a lot of trouble for you to get up it without turning and kind of, you know, pushing yourself through it. To the south directly is another double door.
Oh, is that like alcohol in those barrels?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna check to see if there's like anything in them.
Yep. You note that they are freshly made barrels with no brand or anything on them. They're completely empty.
I'm gonna go open the doors to the south.
So as you go to open the doors to the south, immediately a small creature runs up to you and just kind of stares at you. It begins to raise its hands above its head, waving. You could see this creature stands about 3 feet, probably smaller. It's yeah, it is probably small. It's about 2 feet, most likely. It's kind of just like whipping its arms around in the air. As you're seeing this from the corner of your right eye, you notice a figure kind of move. You can hear a "What's this?" Loudly. Uh, as you can see, a young woman wearing kind of a crown of like thorns on her head, kind of point a wand or kind of just a half made staff kind of in your general direction. She immediately runs over. Seeing this, do you go back into the room or do you come out into the room?
Hmm. I'm gonna go back into the room and like kind of use my body to barricade the door.
Okay, you immediately shut the door and hold yourself against it. As you kind of do this, you can see the woman come into view quickly before the door slams. You can hear her say, "Intruders, fine." As she walks away, you can hear the clacking of, or at least Lucy, and you can hear the clacking of the wood stairs directly in front of you. You hear them kind of repeat as she comes down. You hear her yell over, "You secure this place." As she kind of just goes back up and out of sight. Yeah, I forgot about this part. So what's happening? Lucian notes that the blight kind of just runs over. As it's running over, it glances in your general direction. Go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
Here we go.
There we
I'm
go.
missing these thief tactics. But can I just get a pass without trace real quick? Ooh, lovely.
So as the blight kind of looks on, the area looks too shadowed for him to kind of make you out. With this, it runs to the crack in the barrel and starts to kind of just gesture into the crack. As this is happening, you begin to note other creatures crawling out of the barrel. They all approach the door that's being barricaded, and they all start to slam their hands against it. You could see, or at least Lucian can't really make out, but from the corner, you can see that there's a few blights banging against the door. As this is happening, I need to change something up, so I'm going to hit this button real quick, and you guys are going to see stuff, and then I'm going to hit this real quick, and then I'm going to start doing some real fun shit. As this starts happening, more and more creatures start to come out of the crack in the barrel. You notice as they start spilling out, they start to run in different directions. As one runs out the door, Kester, it looks directly at you through a crack in said door.
Oh, you're just tiny, aren't you?
I do really like this goddamn track. As another one comes out, I need Lucian to make another stealth check.
Yo, come on. I'd like to add my superiority dice to that.
Wait.
You can only do that once a day, if I'm not mistaken, can't you?
Nope, I
Or is
can do
that
that
just
4 times.
Oh, go for broke.
Like, I am not failing the stealth check. I have 4 until I have to take a long rest. Did I pass?
Now you failed the stealth check.
Yeah, I'm gonna use another superiority dice.
If you want, go ahead.
Oh joy, this is gonna be fun.
You still
So-
failed. You still failed the stealth
That's
check.
9. That's a that's a 16.
Yep.
I do not want to fail this stealth check. I'm gonna add a third superiority.
Oh joy. Imagine having to do this all again.
Yeah. There you go. All right. So with that, the creature kind of ignores you and goes back to its business. Did I do that right? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. No, I did not do that right. Wow. Okay, cool. That's good enough. So at this point, the bashing on the door starts to break the door. You note that in about another turn, that door is going to come down completely. Um, do you do anything? Well, you can't really do anything else. You're holding a door shut right now. That brings us back to the turn order, and honestly, I can't see it, so somebody's going to have to like kind of note that.
I got you. I have it. I'll just
Oh,
post
cool.
it.
Thanks.
No worries. There you go. I was just like doing like a link in my spells when I'm done now.
Cool. Who's up?
Oh, turn.
Oh, Exalt kind of doesn't actually. I mean, I guess you really. Yeah, you could technically just go into the house. You can't go north anymore, so you can go into the house. You're gonna have to go into the house at a direct rate since you have somewhat control.
Roll on d4.
Oh, actually, you're right. I completely forgot about that. Go ahead and roll a d4. Forget about the control mechanics.
1.
Oh, that's fantastic. That means I just get to do stuff. Let's see. For some reason, the goat runs off. Whoopsie.
Oh boy.
Right? So the goat just runs off.
Wow.
And that ends your turn. Who's next?
That'll be me.
Lovely.
I'm gonna look behind me towards Bennett. Hey, do you wanna check that out for me, or should I? We wouldn't want him to get hurt.
You think you can wrangle a goat into a building?
Well, he doesn't really have to go in. Maybe, yeah, I can try. What do you say?
Fine.
So you're gonna handle it? Cool. Okay. That one's the best answer. Um, uh, is that a door in front of me? Does it look completely north?
Oh, you're okay. I don't
South,
know.
yeah, south, my bad. South,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's fine. Yeah, there's a door in front of you. From what you're looking at, you see smaller barrels. You could tell this area seems to be a veranda. So resting on just a large kind of slab of flagstone veranda. Right next to you are three five
Okay.
foot just
Um,
diameter wooden tubs. You're not really sure what the tubs have inside. You're not really close enough to check, but you can see that there are no lids. You could see a short ladder bolted to the side of each, and a weird basin kind of tucked underneath with a bit of a what is that? A nozzle. You could see from where you're standing, there seems to be something behind the verandas. You're not 100% sure what they are.
sorry, can you repeat that?
I repeat, what? The whole thing?
No, the last part.
You see something past the veranda, but you're not really sure what it is. You can't tell. There are large stone pillars in front of you blocking you, plus the barrels are fairly tall. You would have to investigate more to the south to know what that is.
Oh, good thing I'm curious. I'll take a step forward cautiously and head towards whatever that is behind the veranda as I go investigate it cautiously, trying to make as little sound as possible.
Right. As you pass one of them by, you note the inside is stained with a purplish color. Uh, Most likely where they stomped the grapes to create the initial juice. You note that in front of you is a sliding wooden door. You can see a strange kind of crease between it, letting light out. And from between that crease, not on your side, but on the other side, you can see what looks to be a small chain link running directly across the door.
Okay. And that seems to be keeping the door closed. I didn't know that from inspecting the door.
Um, I guess from touching the door and trying to move it, you note that it is locked and there is a chain on the other side rattling.
Okay, I'll just stop. So that was what? 5, 10, 15, 20. Um, interesting. All right. I'm gonna go behind one of the verandas. Uh, the middle one, preferably.
I'm sorry, which one?
The middle one. So the
You're
one
going,
closest to me on the left side.
so you're going behind it, as in here?
Yeah, just behind it, out of sight, just in case something would have, appeared through the door. Don't want to be
Okay.
caught. Um, okay. Yeah. Let's see. The other group one. South or I probably. Okay. Doing so, I'm going to use my remaining 10 feet of movement to head eastward, and I'm just going to prepare to head towards the main group as I end my turn.
Okay, whoever's next. Again, I'm like deep in. So Kester,
That's
Tilgrim,
fine.
Bennett.
Yes, Kessler, yeah.
Hmm. Okay. So, okay, all right. So, there's only just a crack in that door, right?
There is a crack, yes.
Hmm,
From
rough.
the
All right.
area you're at, you can see one of the creatures, but you can't make out anything else.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So I walk up to the door cautiously and just draw one of my cards. Well, first just assessing everything that's behind the door. I draw out one of my cards and I just poke my finger through it, coating it in acid and flinging it at the two in the front. Just look ridiculous that I don't. Is that right? I did it right. So,
Coolio, what am I looking at? I'm looking at.
all right. You're looking at acid splash fifth time. Yeah, I walked up and pushed the door open slightly so I can just take in everything behind the door, and I splashed acid on the front two of them.
Okay, doke. That you can see them kind of immediately kind of keel over. Uh, Not melt so much as kind of fall apart almost, get brittle.
Oh,
The other one, seeing this, immediately runs away. You're kind of left with your kind of doorway open as you peer in. In front of you is a strange fall off, and to your down to your right seems to be where the creature ran off to.
oh. Okay. Just continue through the door and peek my head through the opening, the one 10 feet in front of me, and taking in everything that's going on behind it.
So in the other room, you note the ground seems to be kind of covered in small wood monsters bashing against the door and just chattering to each other. You can't really hear anything, but you know they're talking because they're waving their arms and their mouths are moving. But there's really no sound coming out.
Oh dear, that's a lot of them.
You note that the barrel in front of you is moving, kind of reverberating, just shaking a bit. You can hear kind of a clawing inside it as well.
Oh, that's that doesn't sound good. None of that sounds good. Okay, so seeing this, I just kind of move, well, try to pull in the door slightly and just move 5 feet down, raising my staff in case anything comes through.
So as you move to the south, you note in front of you seems to be a slide. As you kind of look down at it and then around the corner, you can see that the slide goes down in a quick spiraling pattern directly down.
Oh, who installed a fun house? All right, that's nice. All right, so yeah, I just kind of crouch down and raise my staff in anticipation. That is all.
So you're crouching down in front of this?
Yeah, well, facing towards the door to the north.
Oh, I got you. Okay. So you're kind of looking in.
Hmm.
All right. All right. One sec. I gotta fix something that should have been fixed, but it's not. You can all blame some. I don't know. Blame me for this. I don't know. Where's this thing? Where's this thing? There it is. All right. This song is cool.
And having plus 16 to stealth
I
was
tell you,
amazing.
it really was. It really
For
was.
real, man.
So,
I miss it so much.
but now you have
Yo,
to roll
if
three
I was Rain
superiority
right
dice.
there, yo, Rain would laugh at those odds.
100%. But now you gotta roll three superiority dice.
Oh, out of four, and I only get them with a short or long rest.
That right there
They
is
can be
fun
used to
for you.
like save my ass from getting hit.
There we go. So as Kester crouches down and looks in, you note that the woman comes back down with many others like herself. They all wear kind of crowns of thorns on their heads with kind of blood dried kind of running down their foreheads a bit. You can note from the one from the side, their hairs at the tips are dyed green, and their faces are fairly covered with dirt. Each of them holds kind of a rotted, gnarled staff that looks quite similar to the creatures running around them. The creatures regard them almost as in a mothering way, as the creatures kind of run up to each and hug at the sides. Um, Sadly, the women. You're right. I forgot about this part. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, Darkest Dungeon. Anyway, you can see the
Oh, I
creatures
got the information.
still kind of hitting the door. From beyond this point, you note directly that, or at least speaking to Jotun, you note directly that the door is breaking, starting to splinter. Um, Again, you make out that about one more turn from now, the door won't exist. With that being said, this brings up Tilgrim's turn.
Okay, so following behind Kester, I begin to walk towards the door. Can I
Oh,
see
seeing him
Kester at
come
this?
up.
Can I see Kester at this point?
As you push the door open, yeah, he's
Okay, yeah.
directly in front of you.
Seeing him come up, I just kind of put my finger to my mouth and shh,
Her.
her. Yes, her. Yeah, it's no longer disguise.
Okay, and I simply nod. And is that a window next to me?
No, it's not. That is a door.
Oh, another door. Hmm. I'm gonna end my turn here. I'm gonna take the dodge action in my turn here.
Alright. Bennett.
Uh, Jesus Christ. I guess I'll just go around to where Exalt the goat ran into.
Hmm. I'm just gonna extend your movement. So as you run around the corner, you note the goat kind of just half in, half out of a well, drinking water profusely. As it sees you approach, it baz and throws its head towards you. You give it a nice little pet.
Just
Wow.
stay alive until we could turn you back, you furry idiot.
You you see the goat just continue drinking and happily go back to what it was doing.
all right.
You know, to the south, there is a small building, about 5 by 5. Uh, Looks like an outhouse to you, and next to that is a staircase leading to a doorway. You note that the door is slightly open.
Uh, I'm gonna go over to the door, peek in.
Peeking around the door, you note there's another door. You're in what seems to be a storage area. You can see bare hooks lining the wall of this area. Shelves to the south that hold several pairs of stained wooden sandals with oversized soles. Very clean. Uh, you note the bottoms of them are stained though with a purple color. Both doors to this room hang ajar. Again, you can see into the other room if you peek a little deeper in. The one to the west is fitted with a strange iron bracket and leads again back into the rain where you're standing. But lying on the ground, next to you is a 5 foot long wooden beam that seems to have been knocked off from somewhere.
Okay. Um, Peeking into the other room, I'm assuming I see the massive sprawl of things happening.
Yeah, you could see from directly where you're at. You can see just young women again with crowns of thorns on their heads, just talking amongst themselves and looking around, stamping their staffs down and kind of just walking about. You can hear one complaining about a creature she saw with massive arms, kind of looking about. You could see small tree creatures crawling around and running around, hitting on a door, uh, pretty much about 60 feet away from you. Is that 60 feet? I don't know. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Is it 40 feet?
Shit. Going downhill. God damn it. Okay, what the hell can I do here? What the hell can I do here? Psychiatrist. I'll crouch down in the room I'm in and just begin silently casting ice knife and
Okay.
just hold like a frozen knife in my hands, getting ready to throw it. With that, I think that's where I end my turn.
All right. You can hear a shifting in the room as one of the women kind of just lets out. I'm telling you, it's behind the door. Break that thing down. With kind of a crackling, you see the door kind of come forward. Everybody in the room who can see it. Uh, it kind of startles Jotun to the point where it kind of knocks you back because of just the force. You're kind of pushed back 5 feet. In front of you now, you kind of see these creatures just crawling into like a horde at you, running and jumping as spry as ever. You can see about 5 of them just run in and just jump towards you. Um, Swiping away. That said, what are we looking at here? Yeah, we're looking at in one sec. Okay, that's nothing much. That's cute. How many are you getting hit by? There's 6 of them, 5 of them.
6 of them. 6 in the room.
Yeah.
That's rough.
So these creatures kind of jump on you and begin to just claw at you. You could see some of your garb shredded a bit as the wood seems to go through your armor quite a bit. They kind of just keep crowding you and jumping on you. You could see one now hanging off the side of your arm, kind of just grappling to it. Uh, they seem to attach themselves to you in a way. You're kind of stuck in a situation, kind of defending that area. You could see more of them start. Ooh, what the hell? That's crazy. You could see more of them start to run towards the door. It won't be long till you're completely overrun. As one of the druids moves, Lucian, go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
Alright, so I go out. Ah, you know what? Sure, I'm gonna use the superiority dice. Get them all, then use them all. That's a 17. Did I make it?
You did not. Actually, no, this is a different thing. Oh man, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Hold on one sec.
And if the answer is no, then you say,
It
I'll
kind of feels
use a
like a waste
superiority
considering those
die.
can be. It kind of feels like a waste considering those can be added to my AC.
I mean, I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, a fighter trying to stealth is kind of laughable. So I guess I
Yeah.
don't know. Like I probably would have just like walked out and started cutting people down. But I mean,
I'm still in my rogue mindset.
um,
Did
let's
I did a 17 do it?
plus 4 plus 4. That's 18. So nope, you are seen. So what's happening? The woman immediately just kind of stares down the crack to see you. She kind of screams and jumps back. Her scream alerts the blights who start to crowd around you. You can hear her scream to the others, "There's a rat!" They again all moving aggressively.
If I had my soundboard, I would have played the Metal Gear like alert sound. That would have been hilarious.
Uh, let's see, the two blights at the bottom. That's 3 plus 3, and then I hit this button, and then I roll two blights at the bottom.
Is that hit?
The first one's hit.
Oh, then they missed.
Okie doke. So the second one is, yeah, the second one was damaged. So as they go to start to claw at you, you realize that they seem a bit inefficient, and you just kind of kick them back, knocking them prone as they try to scurry back. This puts you in a precarious position. That said, this brings you back to your turn.
All right, seeing as my cover has been blown and they've been alerted to my presence, I'm gonna try to head to the door to the south of me. See, try to open that door.
So as you run underneath the stairwell, you go ahead and just kind of push the door open. You don't know that it's locked or anything of the sort. Why does that do that? Click that. Now click that. Now hit that. There you go.
Ah, there couldn't be a barrel in here. Damn it! I could have just hidden the barrel.
So as you run in the door instinctively, I'm just saying, you slam the door shut behind you.
Oh yes,
Uh,
absolutely.
you enter into a room. Directly in front of you is a dirty window on the south wall. You can see the kind of just dim light entering this room. There are wine bottles manufactured here, just brand new, sitting on the wall to the south, as evidenced by the tools lying about and the wooden rack full of those freshly blown bottles. The hearth built into this corner, and the barrel of sand you see in the other corner, kind of next to it, show off that someone's keeping this area quite nice and up to par, up to date. You note directly to your left, there's a staircase descending underground. You can tell as the leveling seems to be stone, and the staircase seems to have a side that's packed in dirt with a large kind of iron gate just pressing that dirt up against the wall.
So looking down that stairwell, it just like leads straight down.
Yeah, it just leads down to kind of like darkness. You also note to the south, on your left, there's a barricaded door.
Is there some way I can like lock the door?
You don't know any type of locking mechanism. However, there is a keyhole on the door.
Oh, I'm gonna use the see if one of the keys can lock that door that I got from the kid. Do I lock the door?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just checking. You had the key?
Yeah.
Okay. You fiddle around and note that one of the keys does indeed fit, and you hear a clicking sound. This immediately lets you breathe a sigh of relief as you realize the door is now locked.
Solid. I'm gonna go ahead down the staircase, proceeding quietly once more. Am I good?
Sorry, give me one sec.
Okay.
Yeah, why are we like reliving the demon soul shit? Anyway, wait, is this demon? Yeah, this is demon souls. Anyway, sorry about that. I was texting someone. You did who, what, where?
So I'm gonna again try to take stealth maneuvers and proceed down the stairs slowly and carefully and quietly.
Got you. So this is to kind of lock you off, and actually, let's see how we can do this because I actually planned for this, didn't I? Let's see how I planned for this, shall we? Yeah, boy. Look at me doing things. I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh wait, no, that's wrong. That's not the basement. That's the basement. Yeah.
Also, I've got dark vision. I should be fine.
Let's see. Where's the thingy in the basement? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just like deleting things for fun at this point. Let's go. Let's go. What do we? Oh, wait. What is this? I don't know what this is. Ooh, I don't want to spoil that. I don't. Where's the thing at? Oh, there it is, right there. All right, cool. Jesus Christ, it took forever. Whoosh. Well, I kind of spoiled it. You now know there is definitely something in the basement, but you don't know what it is yet. Oh, drama, drama. Sorry, I did not know what direction anybody would come down the steps. There's three ways to get into the basement. Anyway,
Okay.
as you get to the bottom of the stairwell in the basement, you note a door directly in front of you.
Ooh, God.
Sorry about that. Um, as you kind of look at the door, you know it's just a really old, heavy iron door. It doesn't seem to have any locks or mechanisms on it, but it is kind of bolted into the wall. You're not really sure if it's locked or not, but it just seems very heavy.
Are there any holes or anything at all? Or
Just
it's just an iron slate.
it's just a really thick iron, like iron slate. You could see the wall is stone, and the hinges are just locked into it.
And they're just like, there's no way for me to use a mirror or anything.
It's like a really tight door. It looks like whatever's down here, they use the door to keep something in. Like it looks like a compression door of some sort. So there's really no space. It's like an airtight lock.
All right, so let me try this. I'm gonna take. Actually, yeah, I'm just gonna put my ear to the door and try to listen closely, see if I can hear anything. Or would
You
that be a perception?
no, you can hear a murmuring sound coming from beyond the door. You can hear what sounds like tree branches being scraped against stone. And you can hear a low rumble, a man's voice. You can't make out what he's saying, but you can hear him saying something.
If I just completely focus on the sound and nothing else, would I be able to hear what he's saying, or get a little bit more?
You can tell he's speaking common, but other than that, you're not sure what he's saying.
All right, then I'm gonna go. Would I be able to go back up the stairs, or is that it?
Your movement, and let me see. Hold on.
Like I had 35 feet.
Yeah, you have like 10 feet left, so
Would that be enough?
you could start getting. If you want to go back up, I don't have a problem moving you back.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and quietly move back up the stairs.
Okay. Uh, That's just this, I guess. Boop.
So the sisters didn't really see where I went.
They know you were in the room and they know you left it and they heard the door shut, so they know where you
Oh
went.
yeah, yeah. Clicking. Ooh, what you gonna do? And that's gonna be my turn.
All right. This brings up Jotun's turn. So you are covered in tree creatures that are now just grabbing you and trying to destroy you. Notably enough, they hit not so hard by themselves, and they're light enough to toss off you quickly, but they just keep coming.
That's why I was excited.
What? Did you say something?
Oh, I'm gonna like try to make my way to the room next door and grab at a maybe like one of the wood planks or something and try to just like whack them off me.
Okay. You kind of sprint into the next room and grab just
Advanced weapons.
like a 4 foot to 5 foot just beam. They kind of follow you in as you go back. You're kind of like right up against the door frame as they're just there.
I'm gonna try to swing at them, like just like push them away.
All right, go ahead and make a hit check or roll for hit.
My God,
The
he's swinging a 2x4.
let's see, that is a normal. So you're gonna roll. Yeah, you're gonna roll a 1d4 or plus whatever proficiency you have in strength because of your arms.
So strength plus my proficiency.
And you would be rolling a 1d4 plus whatever your strength modifier is for damage, and for hit, you would just roll your normal hit. All right, I'm gonna sound like an asshole for this, but I need you to roll for hit 5 more times
Okay.
for the first time. You're aiming for 13.
Is that
But
Wait. I'm sorry, I'm confused.
what happened?
Like, is that to hit or for damage?
Oh
Yeah.
no,
You
I
said
don't know.
roll a d20. You confused me.
I,
You
I, I
said roll
confused.
d4.
I confused you because you still don't know how to roll for hitting things. So you roll for hit first. So that's a d20 plus your modifier plus your proficiency, right? But you don't have a
Yeah,
proficiency in hitting things with. Wait, do you have a proficiency in improvised weaponry? I doubt you do.
I don't, but I have proficiency strength.
You pretty much need like tavern brawler for that.
Yeah, so you would roll a d20 plus your strength modifier for the hit, and you would roll a 1d4 plus whatever your
Plus two
strength.
for the strength for the damage.
Well, what's the plus 2 for?
Strength proficiency.
You
What's
don't
the
have proficiency to damage.
what's the 5? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You don't add proficiency. That's why I was wondering. So you're literally rolling a d20 plus 5. You're rolling that 5 times. Well, no, you're rolling it 6 times. Just re-roll everything. Just roll that 6 times and then roll the damage once. Because you are swinging something at 6 creatures, 6 times. Jesus Christ. Oh no, you're gonna roll it slowly. Why?
Are you copy pasting the thing? Because
You
you should
can
probably just do that.
No, you can put exclamation point, a number of dice you want to throw, d20, then just plus 5.
Yeah, let me just show you what that looks like real quick. Because
Can I do what I know?
heaven help me. You'll know. I mean, you'll
How many
figure it
times do I
out.
do it? 3 more times?
Yeah, you could just do it 3 more times, and you
Okay.
know.
I thought he gave you the all six, so that was one.
No, I was hoping. I'm gonna post what it looks like. I was hoping you would just do that. Yeah, you did it for the rest. Let's see. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fuck it, I'll just do one twice. So yes, 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 no. Yes, 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 no. Yes, 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 no. Cool. What's the damage? I guess no, you have to roll the damage again because yeah, no proficiency, just the strength. So it's 1d4 plus 5. And then just whatever, I just copy and paste all that shit somewhere. Jesus Christ. It's actually not that bad, probably. Let's see. It's really not that bad. So as Jotun kind of slams this kind of well, yeah, 2x4 into these creatures, you could see them all just get smashed back. Two of them just hop out of the way. As they just kind of tumble and crack against the wall, they just fall to pieces. This I wish this thing would actually just whatchamacallit. I could probably just yeah, I could. The other two nervously run away past you. So you have whoops, you have movement and whoops. What? Why is this thing moving with it?
God.
Why is it moving?
Reality is just distorting in front of us.
Okay, there it is. That's so weird. Anyway,
I think
go
you
ahead.
had like a small piece of like the darkness or something.
Yeah, I do. I'm just like gonna wrap that up while Yodi Yotes figures out what the next move is.
Onto the wood plank for a little bit, and then I'll end my turn here.
Is you're gonna do what with the wood plank a little bit?
Hold on to it for a little bit.
Oh, you're just gonna end your turn here?
Yeah.
Okay. That's going to bring up whoever's after Jotun, because again, I don't know.
Alt. Alt.
Okay, we're gonna skip Exalt. Yeah, we're gonna skip him
Oh,
for the rest of the thingy.
alright.
I'll bring him back in when or if I need to.
Yeah, it's my turn now. Am I able to hear anything? Or was I alerted with the movement outside of the doors?
Um, you have been able to hear a lot of shaking and loud clanking and the sound of trees breaking inside. The walls aren't super thick, so you couldn't hear that. You've heard women screaming, but other than that and the bashing, you're pretty much like no worse for wear, just kind of outside. I will say that not a singular person is aware of your presence. However, as you look behind you, about 30 feet away, there are, dozens of large wooden creatures crawling and running towards you.
Towards me?
Correct, yes.
Forward, right?
I'm sorry?
I'm looking outside.
You're looking outside. What does that mean?
Oh, I
You,
can't see.
you
I'm
are
looking.
outside. You're outside.
Oh, oh, that's outside because I was still in the room.
You're not, I mean, you're in a room, but it's outside, like it's completely open.
Oh, okay. Oh, oh, okay. Now I get the gist. Those walls. Cool. Um, well, I guess can't stay here. Um, don't know the spirit. I guess he went to check on himself. I guess I'll head towards where I last saw those guys. I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 25 feet northeastward.
25 feet northeast. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna loop. So 5, I guess 10.
No, no, you can keep going east. My bad. Like I just said northeastward, so you can like go up.
Oh, okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Yeah, there we go. All right, and the door's unlocked, correct? I'll grab the door handle.
The door is completely open, actually. You can see in front of you is a long beam of wood that has been nailed to the wall inside. It's pretty much directly at your neck level while you stand on the steps. From looking over the beam, you can see Jotun grasping a 2x4 and holding his arm in front of a door, kind of peeking around it. He doesn't seem to notice you.
All right. I'll take a step inside, 5 feet of movement inside, and I'll kind of whisper out to Yoden, "Hey, I heard some noise in there. And what's that 2x4 doing in your hands? How strong is the enemy?"
What?
Okay. How strong is the enemy, and what are you doing with the 2x4?
There's a bunch of these little fucking things just crawling around and doing all these weird things.
Okay. Um, where's the exit? Is that the door behind you?
No, it goes back inside.
Okay. Cool. Um, I guess I'll support you in whatever possible as I can. I'll look towards my right and look on the desk. I'll inspect the desk, most like tools. What do I see?
You know, on the desk there are mallets, small carving knives. There are three sizes. There's a small one, a kind of medium one, and a large one. The large one is the same size as a normal dagger. You can see different shaping tools, different metal kind of curved and cup tools that seem to fit metal, bend them, and are able to stretch. There's also oil and small, like little kind of flasks that you can see, glass flasks sitting along the edge of the wall.
And that's the first. That's correct.
That's both desks. They have the
Okay.
exact same items on them, more or
Okay.
less.
Okay. So that'd be 6 knives away. I'm gonna reach out and grab one of the smaller blades. Could I use that as a scalpel, or a medical kit?
I mean, you can use it to cut, certainly.
Cool. All right. I'm going to. Okay. I'm pretty sure Lucien or yeah, Lucien probably used these daggers. I'll try to collect all. Okay, I'll collect 2 small blades and 2 large blades. Does
But
does that take up
so
an inventory spot, or?
so two large blades and the two small blades are going to take up probably one slot. Yeah.
Well, that's fine. All right, I'll just pocket those. Okay, just yeah. Okay, I'll pocket those. And hmm, is there anything under the desk as I look under it?
There's nothing under the desk except a little sawdust.
Okay. He he has a 2x4. Mhm. So you holding that 2x4 means they're aware of your presence, right, Yoden?
Really are.
Okay. Guess we're gonna be in it for fights. Seeing this, I'll kind of do 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 Cool. Um, how much movement do I have left? 25, and then 5. I don't have any movement left. Hey, Yoten, could you come over here real quick? I need to give you something.
Doing.
Repeat yourself.
What are you doing?
I'm just gonna support you, but you see, I'm kind of tired for a bit. So, could you come to me? You can return. Just it's gonna be quick.
Really not how that works at all. You could just give her something. You're like,
No,
yeah,
no,
I don't.
I wanted to cast a spell, but I don't have the movement to reach him, so I was gonna have him come to me.
I mean, why wouldn't you just say, hey, I want to cast a spell. Can you come here?
I guess that could work. Oh, yeah. I want to cast a spell. Can you come here?
Take this moment to like put the wood plank in the door to like barricade.
What? What was I going to ask? What door are we doing that with? The one directly in front of you?
Yeah.
All right. So as you put it up to the door to barricade it, you note you need something to keep it locked into the wall. It will work if you had nails and a hammer to hammer it into said wall, as the walls are lined with wood paneling thick enough to take the nails, it seems, from the other, well, boards you've seen.
I have to do that my turn.
Well, technically, yes.
I say to you,
Cool. So are we doing the spell thing, or can I move on?
I was waiting for him to come towards me, make mention that he was coming towards me. But I guess.
Cool.
All right.
Both of you. Yeah.
It's
All
better
right.
be quick.
Cool. Okay. Using my experience, I am going to grip hold of my amulet and placing my hand on Jotun's side. I'm going to cast Enhance Ability as I utter. To feel love is to feel the sun on both sides. May Pelor grant you strength in these uncertain times. And may you rage like a bull's strength as I cast endurance and give him the strength of a bull. So he has advantage on strength checks and his carrying capacity doubles. So concentration up to 1 hour. I put it, yeah. And with that, I'm going to
Wait,
ungrip my
wait.
amulet. Hmm?
I'm sorry. Say that last part for me.
The duration is concentration, so 1 hour.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I need to send you my spell list because I made it easier for you to look at or fact check me in a way.
Cool. That's fine. So
I
that
was gonna
brings up
wait.
whose turn is after yours?
It's Kessler, but I'm not finished yet.
Oh, okay.
With that, I'm going to usher you in the way, and good luck. I'll
I'm
kind of
moving back and
stealth.
forth.
I'll
So
kind of stealth behind the planks as to not be seen.
so you can't do that because you're standing there concentrating on the spell for 1 hour.
I was gonna concentrate while stealthing, or just
You
like hide.
you
And
you can stand there and concentrate, or stand there and concentrate.
yeah, I'll stand there and concentrate.
End your turn. Who's next?
Kessler.
All right, buddy boy.
Hmm. Yeah, I just kind of relax a bit as I take out a health potion and drink it. Oh,
Okie doke.
uh, uh, oh, let's do that, but better. Oop, right, no, it would be sick for 4 health regaining, and then I'm going to look over at the gnome. Your name escapes me, and I don't feel like looking. So yeah, the gnome, and just point to the room and just wave my hands like, don't go in there as I slide down the ramp, trying to control myself so I don't just rock it down like an idiot.
Okay. So as you head down the ramp, you kind of kick your feet out to the sides to slow yourself down in your descent. And whoosh. Kester joins the basement party.
Oh shit!
Right? I don't.
Oh, actually, no. What's going on in the base?
So as you kind of slide down, you get to the edge of the room, and you kind of pop out as it kind of just falls off and drops you prone on your backside. As you kind of look up into the I almost murdered you by ink. As you look up into the room, you note that directly in front of you is a wine cellar with a garbed gentleman standing behind one of the kind of wooden racks, looking over the bottles of wine.
Oh,
Directly next to him are these kind of massive tree creatures. You saw them outside, but seeing them up close, uh, you're not a big fan.
wow. Oh,
Outside of that, you note three barrels sitting in the room. The barrels are all marked.
okay.
You note, I'm sorry, I was actually reading to what they were marked real quick.
Oh, fuck.
Um, yeah. So Yeah, okay, that was my fault. So you note that there's a very thin mist covering the floor. It's rather cold, you note. It's incredibly cold, actually, as you can see your breath escaping the mask. As the man looks at you, he immediately shouts, "Ah! Devil's sake, intruders!" as he ducks behind the wine rack and immediately grabs a bottle. He throws it directly at you. Go ahead and make a deck save. Or you can't. Well, yeah, you can technically, but at
Can I just
disadvantage.
catch him? Catch it?
You could try to. Yeah,
Sick. What is it? Just still Dex?
it's just a deck save, so it's dex plus whatever,
Not
and
20.
then
Oh wait. Oh, disadvantage, right?
yes.
Oh. Oh well, that's the duality of man right there. Tell you what.
Man should have
Yeah,
gotten that 20.
Oh, so
as
I'm
the
rocking a 6.
as this is
God
happening, you're immediately hit in the face with the bottle, and
damn it.
you're pretty much knocked out cold, unconscious.
Right.
Well, that's going to end your turn.
I would assume it did. Oh, that's just. Oh, no. The first nat 20, and yeah, there it goes.
Yeah, sad. All right, so that's going to end your turn down there, and that's going to bring us back upstairs to I don't know who was upstairs. That was going to go. I'm silly. I believe it's
It's
Satara. No, it's not Satara's
Pilgrim.
turn. It's
Pilgrim.
yeah, it's a
Pilgrim.
Tilgrim and then Bennett.
Oh, I was muted. I was saying Tilgrim like 5 times.
Okay. Hmm. Okay, so earlier I would have heard the commotion from uh in the rooms behind me. So taking Kester's advice, I'm going to quietly make my way upwards, away from the doorway right there, towards the northward. Essentially making my way towards the doorway to the left, the closest other doorway. Is
All
it
right,
still
here.
open? Yeah.
I believe the door was open. Let me just double. Did Satara close the door?
No, the door's open.
Oh,
Uh,
hey, real quick. This is the. Yep. Okay. Cool. All right. Go ahead. We'll finish this out. This is the turn where stuff starts to. Yeah. This is turn 3.
okay. Whispering. I'm going to say. Kester went down to shoot. There was a chute over there. I don't know where it went to. Probably the basement. He went down there to Satero and Jotun. Basically, telling what's going on.
They don't
Okay.
care. They're dead,
Okay.
right? Like I don't.
You can still do stuff. Concentration only makes it so you can't cast concentration spells.
That's it. I
Yeah.
speak
I
in
mean,
with my
technically, no.
concentration.
You couldn't actually speak to him either.
Yeah, that's what I was
Oh,
thinking.
really?
I can't. Yeah,
Yeah,
can't.
he's concentrating. You never really paid attention to concentration before, and I never really like focused on it. But yeah, technically, when you're concentrating on the spell, you can't do anything but concentrate on the spell. Or else, like if you do anything else, you break concentration, the spell disappears. So whenever you want to, you know, end the spell, you just like do whatever you want.
Oh, okay. Um, Seeing that they don't respond, I'm going to because I'm small enough, I'm going to kind of get myself in there, position myself under the desk.
I was supposed to make your token smaller, but I was like, that's kind of no, I'm not doing that. All right, cool. So you're now hiding under a desk. Um, is that in your turn?
And then we're just gonna take the dodge. That's my turn. Oh, and I close the door way in softly.
Okay. So closing the door softly brings us to Bennett's turn. So both from the position where Sotero is and Bennett is, you can slowly hear the clamoring of bushes shaking outside. The echoing is getting louder. Just generally, this makes you think that the creatures that are outside are closing in on the house now.
Shit. Okay. Um. Could I? Could I do? God damn it. Alright. So I still have the ice knife from the last turn, right?
Melted, yes.
Wait, it's melted?
Did it? I don't know. I imagine you still have it.
Oh. Peeking out the door again. I can. I'm assuming peeking out the door, I can see like all of them in the room, right? None of the enemies are hidden. Mr. J?
He's like,
Oh, sorry, I was typing. Go ahead.
Uh, from where I am, if I peek into the room, I can see every enemy. Like none of them are hidden.
Peeking into the room, yeah, you could. Well, you can see most of the enemies visually. There are some enemies that are hidden behind just objects in the room. For instance, you pretty much can't see most things past the staircase because of just the clutter of the room. But you can see clearly everything in front of it, except for per se this thing right here, which would be invisible to you.
Damn it! You could have just tried to fight these things. At least try to clear out the floor. Um. Uh. Shit. Okay. Um. Just kind of. So as I kind of sit there, just kind of gnawing at my own brain to try to figure something out, I'm going to wait. I'm gonna look out the outside door. Is the goat still alright?
You know the goat, terrified as he is now hiding behind the outhouse. Looking kind of north, you can see all the tree creatures kind of just like standing about 30 feet away, preparing to like march in on the house.
This everything is just bad. Why? Okay. Fuck. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't think I can actually do anything. I don't think there's a single thing I can actually freaking do about this. Uh, Uh. Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can do with this. All right. Okay. Um. Can I ask how far is a 5 foot radius? Am I allowed to ask that?
Nani?
So could I ask how big a 5 foot radius is?
I was like totally muted. That's weird. I don't understand what that question means. Like, what do you mean? What's a 5 foot radius? You mean like if you swung yourself around in the circle in that 5 foot square, what would the radius be?
Like, because the spell I'm considering on using has a 5 foot radius, I want to know how wide that would be in like terms of the
It's
grid.
you would literally be 5 feet around you if it's a radius. It's on you, like it's casted outwards.
No, like from where it hits, it would be a 5 foot radius.
Yeah, it's literally every square around you. So all 9 squares, you in the center being one of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I could have swore I had a thing for that. But it would be this, and so it'd be like that.
Okay.
Oh hell, let's just do this because it's a hideous color. Wait, what just happened? Where's the color I want to pick? There it is. Yeah, so that would be a 5 foot radius. That's a ugly color, but geez, that's good. Ba-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da.
Okay. I'm about to hate what I'm gonna do. But I'm with the ice knife that's already in my hand. I'm gonna peek out the door and just aim to throw it. Um, I want to say from the first druid, right? The one that's up top, and then one space down and one space to the right. Would I manage to be able to throw it to that area specifically?
One space down and one to the right. So there?
Yeah.
No, you would actually, it would hit here. Because the closest you can, yeah, from your angle, the closest you could throw it without being completely detected by everything in the room. Oh shit, you can't actually. Because as soon as you poke out, she's gonna see you. So you can throw it, yeah, you could throw it. Let's see. Do. You could throw it here. You will be detected on throw, but you could definitely throw it here. And it would technically be hitting. No, it would hit this. So you could throw it. It would hit there.
Uh,
Because you're hitting this and then it would shatter around. Yeah. It would
I
just
want.
miss her.
Ouch. Honestly, this is the only thing I can think of because I'm trying to think of a way like where I'm not pressed by one side of like the outside things, but then inside it's not any better, and half the team is gone for some reason. Uh, Would I be able to like scrap the ice knife and get that spell slot back, or is it already prepped? I have to do something with it.
I mean, if you're holding the ice knife in your hand, you already used it, so you already have it.
Alright.
If you're talking about, well, I'm just going to dissolve it back. I mean, arguably, since the spell is you creating and then throwing, you could technically uncreate it, and I wouldn't care. Like that. That doesn't seem like you're ripping anything off. It just seems like you're like, nah, different plan, and you're, you know, turning the ice back into, I guess, water or whatever. So yeah, you could use the spell slot as long as you don't use the spell. And technically, you haven't used it yet.
Alright. Uh, so assuming the wine coolers are flammable, everything's ice. So. I hate the thought that this is probably all I got left. I hate it. I hate everything here. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna dissolve the ice knife. Just scrap that whole plan. I think
Mm.
I'd be able to do instead. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, instead of throwing the ice knife, I'm going to put two fingers in front of me and silently draw a path from the very end of the room, which I'm assuming is, wait, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Okay. So from the door on the other side, I'm going to draw a line straight towards, just that straight line from 5 feet in front of me all the way down. And I'm going to use my once a day ability to cast Wind Wall. And as I do that, I'm just going to shift myself over so I'm still not seen.
So you're casting Wimwall where?
From 5 feet in front of where I was all the way down.
Cool, give me a sec. I'm gonna start a. No, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna put this above it, all the way down. 5 foot from where you are, all the way down. So 5 foot from here down, like this, like straight here.
No,
So this area.
towards the rest of them.
So here.
Yeah, just like
And
straight to the east.
so you're gonna shoot it this way.
Yeah.
How long does that go again?
I can make it up to 50 feet long.
Okay. Cool. What spell is that? Let me just look at it real quick to see.
Wind Wall. I'm able to use it once a day as because I'm a variant Mark of the Storm half elf.
I don't really need to know any of that stuff. I know why you can use it. I just want to know what it does so I can figure out the mechanics of it. What are you doing with it? You can make a wall 50 feet long, 50 feet long. You shave it. I remember you used it before, but this is a different thing, so you're gonna have to explain how you're using it. Right, so it's gonna appear. That's a strength save. Uh, okay, so the wind's going to appear and push everybody to the east.
Yeah.
But in order to be pushed to the east, they have to fail a strength saving throw. All right, so I have to make strength saves for everybody because it just popped up.
Oh my god.
So what do we got? We got a 50-foot wall starting from the door where you're at, you said, or you placed it. I need exact positioning. This matters.
So from where I am, like from where
Oh,
I am,
I'm
right?
sorry. Just in case everybody's listening who can cast things, I need exact positioning and exact explanation of your spells because it matters like a lot. Go ahead.
So from where I am, 5 one spot over. So
So here to here. So it's starting here, and
yes,
we'll be going this way.
yeah.
And what does that look like? That looks like. All right, so that looks like this. We're not going to make this green. We're going to make it gray because windy, gray, I don't care.
Oh,
Anyway,
I thought it was thinner.
you thought it was thinner?
Yeah,
It's 15 feet and is it not 15 feet?
15 feet high and
18
1 foot
feet high,
thick.
1 foot. Oh, 1 foot thick. 1 foot
Yeah.
thick. Oh, thickness doesn't count as width though. 1 foot thick. All right, so 15 feet high, 50 feet long. You can make a wall. It's a wall, yeah, 50 feet high, 50 feet long. 1 foot thick. Okay, so it's a 5 by 5. It's just a wall of All right, that's easy enough. So we'll just stop it right there. And we'll do that. We'll do that. I'll overlay it because I need to see what the hell's underneath it. Oh, it's gray. I'm stupid. Anyway, all right. So with that, let me get my strength checks going. We'll do that. That's easy enough to see. Shit, there's a lot of checks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, okay, so automatically these things aren't going to pass the check. They're not going to have enough strength to get past that. So they're just going to get like thrown. So, and if they get thrown at the speed in which they take, what is that, 3d6? Or is that 3d8?
3d8. Let me 12 damage
Yeah,
for
they're screwed.
anything that fails.
So he's not gonna. So none of the little witty guys are passing. That's just not gonna be. That doesn't make any sense.
Oh my god, some cloud control.
So to get rid of them very quickly, everything that
Uh,
gets hit is gonna get thrown and destroyed. And these ladies are gonna make their strength checks because they actually have an ability to do that. Let's see. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm looking up my stat blocks. There we go. Statties. There's my
to
statty stat.
to try
Okay,
to
and that
speed things up, anything that makes a 13 or higher, I'm assuming, passes. Since my
lovely. And
spell save
it's
DC is 13.
strength check. That's going to be a pain in the ass, isn't it? Oh, no, it's not. It's going to be great. So there's 3 of them. So that's just 3d20s because there is no strength checks. Haha! 16, 19, 14.
They all make it and they take 6 damage instead.
Cool. So as they kind of get slightly perturbed and blown into the wind, you can see one of them kind of raise her hand and begin to like just make an incantation. With that, they kind of all like look around. They seem very on edge now, very alert. So they are looking in every direction and just like talking amongst themselves, strategizing how to get rid of a few rats. Movement?
Uh, I don't think I don't think I could do any of that, especially with the position I'm in and half the damn party leaving.
Yeah.
Okay, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Alright. For my hmm. Shit. I think the only thing I can do is move myself a bit further into the room to make sure I'm just like fully not seen.
Like moving south a bit.
Yeah. And from
Okay.
there, I'm gonna. God damn. I'm just gonna put both hands together as I take apart one of my spell slots and reform it as sorcery points. I'm going to get rid of a first level spell slot to do this and turn it. Let me find it. Give me a second. Turn into 2 sorcery points.
Okay. With that ending your turn, you guys can again, Satiro, Tilgrim, and Jotun, you guys can hear a bashing as the door starts to be hammered away at. You can hear a loud crashing on the outside of it. You know that it's probably going to be broken within the turn. As that goes,
Like, hey, you found a locked door. He's like, no, I want to open it.
I'm just hoping. Like, I know the chances of this are stiff, but god damn it, I'm just hoping we get through this.
I love this silence. They're just like moving around.
Anxiety tenses.
cool. This brings us back to the top of the turn order. Lucian's turn.
Yo yo yo, and I'm just gonna finish getting up the stairs. And do I hear banging at, or at least like scratching at the door?
You do hear a little bit of it. It's comical.
Yeah, no. And I'm gonna go down. And considering the barricades are on this side of the wall, I'm gonna just try to take down the barricades. Or rather, I'm gonna try to push the door first and see if they put them on the wrong way.
They did not actually put them on the wrong way in the back. No.
Oh, that would have been hilarious. So I'm gonna try to remove the wooden panels.
Cool. So notably enough, they're easy enough to come down as they seem to be just quickly nailed in. Not a great job. You managed to pull down the two big ones blocking the door and tear the side panels off. The door is sitting in front of you, clean and none the worse. Worser.
And I'm gonna try to listen in on the door. Do I hear anything behind it?
You don't, just the gentle rain from outside.
All right, I'm gonna open the door.
Okay. So as you open the door, you know it leads to steps that lead to the back area of the winery. This puts you back outside. You note to your south is a small path leading down back to the main road and leading down to the south. Um, you can
Huh.
see actually from where that south path starts to lead. Um, there's a group of trees, but above it you see a hill risen out with some sort of statue. Holy shit, that scared the balls off me. With some kind of statue like directly like kind of just peering off the hill. You're not sure what the statue is, but you know it's made of stone, and it's large enough. You see kind of a green glow coming from it. It's a very strange statue, but you can see it in the distance through just the mist and whatnot. To your direct east is just more forest area and more pathing into the unknown. You could see the forest kind of start making its way back up about 120 to 130 feet. And from the other area, it's just kind of quiet in the back. There's nothing really going on.
And there's like a green glowing statue, and like, how far away is that?
You couldn't tell. It looks to be somewhere around 3 to 4 miles. It's just through the clearing of just trees. Above the trees, you see a small hill and just a strange statue. You only know it's a statue from the distance because it's glowing, and the glow is just this bright green that's illuminating it. So in the just like kind of dead area, you just see it kind of just staring north.
Well, that's certainly intriguing, but I can't abandon the lads here, so I'll just go back inside the house.
Okay. Back inside, you hear the scrapes of small critters.
Hearing them desperately and failingly try puts me a little bit at ease that it's likely they can't get down that door with unless they have a lot more with them. So as I did hear glass break from where I was on the stairs, I'm gonna go back down the stairs.
Huh? Sweet action scenes. Yeah. I don't know.
Mm.
Anyway, Jesus Christ. Let me stop clicking things. Oh, I'm just being stupid. Downstairs, you note the same large kind of door sealing the room off.
Does it? Is there anything like a handle or anything?
There is no handle. Instead, there's a large iron ring to the bottom left of the door or the mid area.
Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna be able to quietly pull a giant ring. So yeah, I'm gonna try to pull the door open.
So as you begin to pull the door, you notice that it opens with ease, almost compressed. You can hear a sound as it pops open. Um, you also know that it doesn't really make any sound at all. It's now just kind of sitting halfway open as it's too big with you standing. You'd have to move around it to finish opening it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and move around it.
So moving
'Cause
around it
as,
as you
as I,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, as I see the the man on the other side. Hello, fine sir. Are you also a curator of wine?
As he kind of looks at you, you can see his eyes wide. He looks at the wine and looks back. And what if I am?
Oh ho, as am I. As I calmly walk over.
He kind of looks at you and glares a
No,
bit. As you
no.
kind of get closer, he immediately slams his hand on the top of the rack. Come no further. Is he with you? He points behind you. Behind you, you can see Kester kind of sitting there, kind of in like a weird position on the ground, laid out for some reason on top of a or next to a slide with a bottle next to him.
Oh ho, young lad, ever the adventurous. As I take out a bottle of wine and begin to examine it.
Looking over, the druid kind of starts to inspect the wines as well, and slowly comes to face you. As this is happening, the tree creatures slowly start to approach as well. As he looks on, "Hmm, you have one chance. Who are you, and what are you doing here at this winery?"
Oh, my name is Lucian, fine sir. And me and my lads here are merely here to procure a few wines.
He kind of glares a bit and thinks, "Hmm, Marthakos put you up to it, eh?"
You could say.
Hmm, hmm. Wouldn't mind getting them for us, would you? Would like to skin them and see their little trick up close.
Ah, what trick do you speak of?
The ravens, of course. Haven't you seen them?
Oh, now you have my attention. What do the ravens have to do with the Martikovs?
He quickly looks back and forth. He mutters to himself, It's holding too much, too much. No worries." He pulls his staff directly across from you. You can see him looking to ready a spell. "You'll be dead before you know it anyway."
Funny you'd say that. And I pull up my gun and point it at him.
He kind of looks on and looks down and looks back, glaring. Um, at this point, you're fairly stalemated. The choice is yours as to what to do in this situation.
While keeping my eyes on him, I glance over to I glance over to the other creatures surrounding us. Are any of them particularly focused on Kester?
Not since you pulled your gun out, no.
So in the silence of staring each other down, I'm gonna make a break for it and try to grab Kester and pull him through the door.
So, as you go to grab Kester, go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
You know what? This is the kind of stuff you want to save superiority dice for. Lovely.
I think you might be muted.
No, I'm reading. Sorry, I had to
Oh,
look through something real quick. Um, Give me one sec. There's a complicated thing that happens now, and I don't know why that it happened in this way. It's not really complicated. I'm being silly. Shite. That sucks. So as this is happening and you grab him, as you make your way to the door, you see the wizard kind of open his palm, and you can see just light emanate from it. Go ahead and make a Constitution save for me.
You know, it's moments like these that I'm glad I'm not right. 14.
So as the blast goes off, you grab Kester and you throw yourself into the door, tossing Kester aside and just pushing him. You kind of shut the door, sealing it. Before this happens, you can see all the bottles of wine shatter and just fall all over the ground. You can hear this massive just glass
As,
shattering.
as the door closes, you fool! What a waste of wine! As I
Uh,
close the door.
with that, you kind of see the druid panic and run before the door seals. Cool. With that, let's see, where were we? We were 5, 10, 15, 20, 20, yeah, so 35. So you have like 5 feet of movement.
Did I seal the door?
You did close and seal the door, yes.
So I'm gonna try to like do something to try to get Kester up. Maybe shake him, or just do something like rouse his attention.
Okay. So you managed to slap the shit out of him, and he wakes up.
That's the only thing I didn't want to say.
All right. So you managed to bring him to. He kind of looks at you a bit startled.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
So
Oh,
are you
what
are you
happened?
are you okay, young lad?
Am
You
I
seem to
okay?
be sprawled out in front of a very powerful druid in there.
Very powerful. You threw a bottle at my head. How powerful could he be?
Well, I wouldn't advise opening that steel door and finding out. At
I
least
don't want to
there's no
break his leg.
breaking that one.
That's rough. That's definitely rough. Okay, all right. Well, now we know there's things behind the door. So now what?
Well, I would suggest getting more of the party. The two of us can't handle that.
No, you want us to go back upstairs?
Yes.
And you sure that we can't handle it? I could probably break their legs.
Well, I haven't been particularly harmed. How was your magic going?
Oh, I'm definitely good to go.
Ah, reminds me of my younger days. All right, lad, if you say so. As I just stay ready against the door, and I'll end my turn
And I just
there
yeah, and I just
while while
shuffle.
while, while holding the door shut.
Okay. This is going to bring us up to whoever's next because I'm not sure because
Jotun,
oh, I see.
Jotun,
Yeah, I see.
Jotun.
So Jotun, and I'll just do exalt stuff real quick. Do 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 do.
Satero?
Cool. It's your turn.
Yeah, so Satero, would you moving break your concentration?
He cannot do anything during concentration. If he moves, speaks, acts, it breaks his concentration. On the upside, since you have an hour, and that hour is literally, what is that, 10 turns? Well, 8 turns now. 8, 7, 6. What's Sotero's turn order? Let me check that actually. Sotero cast this thing. So
Right
1, 2,
after
3, 4, 5. So you have one more. Nope, I'm sorry. You have 5 more turns before that spell goes off. What was the spell?
it was enhanced ability, so basically it gives him advantage on strength checks and doubles his carrying capacity.
So you should have said that to them before casting the spell and made sure that they wanted that spell. That said, you have that now, so you should probably make use of it since you have 5 turns to do so in, and your current turn is the only turn within 5 turns you can use the spell in. So you have advantage on checks. So you might want to start checking things.
Yo,
What I've
yo,
heard,
you
the druid come into the room next door.
Sorry, what happened?
I've heard the druid coming into the room next door.
Didn't you close the door and like barricade it? So the
no,
door's
because there was nothing to do so with.
oh right, but the door's closed.
Yeah, it's still closed, yeah. But I've heard it through the wall or something, I don't know.
Did you what?
What I've like heard her come in through the
I'm not sure what you're asking.
like charge into the like just like Dr. Pence druid right there.
Choppy as hell. I know you want to do something. I know it has something to do with the room.
Hello?
Why?
Um I'm gonna charge into the other room and throw a punch at the druid.
Okay, so 5'10" sprints you into the room, throwing open the door and kind of shocking the druid as you kind of swing directly out of there. So that's hitting damage.
What if you just knock her right out?
Okay. So you hit it. Oh wow, that's just gross negligence.
Would I be able to know what spell you use, or is that like a meta thing?
You know what spells unless you were of that class or had the historical or arcana
Oh, okay.
to know. So if you swing at the druid. She's unaware of your being there. As you punch her, she gets kind of thrown into the wall. She immediately kind of looks up at you. You can see her grabbing a quarterstaff and holding it kind of with one hand fisted upwards and one downwards, directly putting the staff in front of her. You can see the staff begin to glow an orangey golden color as the wood starts to slowly crackle and ignite. She kind of just stands there almost in the defensive form. Any
Feel
movement
like
or
I grab
anything
it
else?
from her.
That would take an action to do, but you can do that on your next turn, yes.
I can action surge.
You can action surge if you would like.
I'm gonna use my action surge to grab it from her.
Sure, roll an athletics check.
Would I still roll on an advantage?
Yes, it's a check, so you make an advantage with that because he has the spell on you. So you easily grab the staff as it starts to glow. As you put your hand on it, you can see steam slowly rise out of the staff and engulfing your hand, but it doesn't really bother you. As you pull the staff away, you can see the druid kind of go, "Ah!" and look at you kind of frightful. If you insist. She kind of looks you up and down and puts her hand directly on your chest. Hmm, firm. So what do you want?
No. What can you give me?
We didn't catch that.
I didn't hear that. That depends. What can you give me?
She looks at you up and down and shakes her head. Oh, I could give you quite a lot. You see, I serve the Earth Mother. What do you desire?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm my bad. Let me. Serious, what's that?
We didn't catch that either.
I don't know what that is. What's called the monsters? Do you hear me?
I don't call the monsters. Is that what I answered?
I don't. Lucian said something in chat. I didn't. Okay, yeah, sorry. I don't need anything from you. You what I said? My bad. Hello?
I couldn't. I could
Yeah,
not
Mr.
hear
J
what
was
you
just
said.
muted. I heard what you said. I can hear what you said.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what's going on.
Like, what did you ask her to do? What did you
Yoan
do?
said, Yoan said, I don't need anything.
Oh, I got you. Okay, cool. You could see the
Specifically, she said, "I don't need anything from you."
so the druid kind of looks down, hand still kind of right in front of your chest, and says, "Pity. Go ahead and make a Constitution save for me as you see a brilliant light emit from her hand."
On advantage.
You have to roll an advantage. Yep.
Nat 20 for the year.
Okay. So you see kind of an electric kind of blast explode in front of you. Luckily, as this is happening, you grab her you grab her wrist immediately and just twist it. Your hands, being made of metal, apply a pressure that she wasn't expecting. With this, the spell kind of fizzles, and you see her arm just kind of move quickly as she falls to the ground. As you kind of turn her around, holding her holding her like chest to the wall. You're close enough to her to feel the warmth of her body. She kind of just wriggles a bit. There's enough of us in the next room to tear you apart. Be careful what you do next.
Before I
She says,
break
kind of smiling.
before I break your arm into little pieces, I would like to know what you and your little friends are doing here.
Why did you ask them?
Break up this little engagement we have here? I don't think so.
We're looking for something.
Something is.
It's complicated. We're looking for a way to get our powers back. We've lost our ties to the earth because of because of that man.
Looking for is in a vineyard
Winery. Also,
winery.
what was that?
So there's something you're looking for is in a winery.
She kind of shakes her head. Who knows? Those Mardikovs, they have the power of wild shape, something we no longer have. We want the secret. Because once we become one with the land, we can cleanse it of you people.
I'm gonna continue to apply pressure to her arm. Is there anything else you would like to say?
She screams out, "Ah!" as she kind of bites down on her tongue. You can't really see it, but you can hear that there's liquid filling her mouth quickly. She spits. You could see blood hit the wall. The blood starts to kind of fade into the wall and shimmer a bit. You could see the doors next to her fling open. All the blights kind of cluster up and begin running into the room. You're immediately struck with 3 and 4 blights running at you. Because of this, you're more or less pushed back, unhanding her. With this, she quickly slips into the room. You could see her face kind of look as she points her finger at you. You can see at the edge of her finger something glows, but the door immediately snaps shut. Anything else? I'm going to wrap this up here.
Not for now.
Okay, let me finish out turns. Who's next? I believe Zatara.
Yeah, that would be me. Hold on. Oh no, what? Okay. Yeah. Um.
Yep. We'll
I
just
guess.
finish out. So Satero, Kester, and Tilgrim and Bennett.
Well, I guess. Forget. I'll just break my concentration as I let out a sigh. Oh, that was tiring. I'm able to see those creatures in front of me or behind me. Do I notice them?
Let's see. Do you notice the creatures? So the door is shut. You notice that there's a loud slamming sound as you close the door and it's now being pounded open. Real quick, are you against the door or you're still just channeling away, right?
I wasn't against the door. I saw my. I broke my concentration,
Okay,
but I
so
was
as breaking concentration, you note that the door looks like it's about to give way.
okay. I'm going to immediately move 5 feet towards the desk and say, "Hey, Tilgrim, was it? I'm sorry I wasn't able to reply. So, spells like those require my utmost, focus. But I don't think you should stay here. I think there's people outside that want to get in, or things outside. As I'll move hmm, I'll move another 10 feet forward, northward, around the desk. Do I get a response from Tilgrim?
Yes, yes, we need to hurry this up. Tell
So
the
10,
big one to move back. I have an idea.
big one isn't here. Also, that wasn't 10 feet. I don't think so.
You're 10 feet north to the desk. I didn't know what that was.
No, I said around the desk. So like 10 feet forward, just around the desk, not on top of it. There we go. All right. Yeah, the big one isn't here.
No, the
Would
big one with the metal arms.
Literally, Jotun's right. Like you could literally see Jotun from where you're standing.
Oh, I thought the door was closed.
The door is not closed. Ooh, pro tip. Make sure you know what doors are what. That matters too.
yeah. Okay. With that, I'll just say understood, and I'm going to ready a cross. My crossbow was ready. Is it already ready? Yeah, I'm just gonna take out a crossbow and head into the other door.
Oh,
Facing me.
so you head into the doorway. You can note Jotun being surrounded by small twig-like creatures that are, well, preparing themselves to just, jump at her. Or him, sorry.
Okay. I'm going to look back at Tilgrim. Are you going to do something with this door or the door that's going to be overrun by monsters?
The door next to the big one.
Okay. I'm going to tell Jotun, hey, Tilgrim wants us to move out the way. That being said, I'm going to move um 5 feet in the corner over there on top of them. Like on
Uh,
top of Jotun.
Not much
Is
of
that possible?
anywhere I can move, really.
Is that possible like to move around the corner? or on top
What?
of it.
How would you get past Jotun?
Oh, I'm just gonna. He can't move. Am I able to see through the door?
I don't even know what that means. The door is open, so yeah, you could
Yeah,
see directly
I
into
can
the
see the
room.
mob.
Yeah,
I can see the twig things, right?
you could see the twig things on the ground.
Cool. I'm
Yeah.
going to shoot one crossbow bolt directly and tap at the center of its head. Let me roll for hit and damage.
Okay, doke. Which one are you hitting? I'm sorry.
I just need to make some space, so I'll hit the one closest to Jotun, so the one on right beneath it.
Okay.
On top row. Right, hold on. Do, 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 do. Where's that? Cool. I'm using my light crossbow. Okay, so that's the plus 4 to hit. 1d8 plus 4. Alright. 13 to hit, 11 damage.
Okay, so as your bolt goes directly into the creature, it shatters as it hits the ground.
Or not that one. I said the I guess it's fine. I mean
Which
like
one?
the
Oh, the
one
one
that's not
closest.
yeah,
This one.
yeah, directly close. Yeah, that one.
Cool. Same thing.
Cool. All right. I'm going to look back at Johan. Well, talk back to Johan. Now, can you move, please? We don't want to keep Tolkien rating.
Whatever you say, I guess.
And
Also,
Jotun, for some reason, walks directly into all of them and gets thrown asunder.
No.
okay. Um,
What are y'all doing?
I thought Vimic just
being
denied doing that.
There's nowhere to move.
well,
Johan just
I'm going to. I remember noting that Jotun put his 2x4 down. I'm going to grab that and toss it to Jotun and say, "Here, use this."
Cool. Roll a acrobatics check for me.
Cool.
Just Jotun.
Oh, Jotun. Okay. Well, okay.
Actually, no, both of you. Yeah, that's you're right.
Okay. Wait, acrobatics.
Wait, no, you would roll the Jotun rolls athletics. Sorry, Jotun rolls athletics. Satara rolls acrobatics.
That's fine. Zero to athletics anyway.
Let me check Jotun's check.
14 to throw, and Jotun gets a 13.
So 14 to throw. Cool. 13 to yeah, that's cool. So you successfully toss the 2x4 to Jotun.
Well, with that, I'm going to move. I'm gonna yell back. Sorry for making you wait, Silgrim, as I move directly in that corner over there by the barrels.
I'm confused. What corner by the barrels?
The corner like Jotun just moved, like the top left, like in front of me. You see that little space right there?
This?
Yeah, just like, can I move up a bit
Oh,
more?
that.
Can I move up a bit more?
No, there's like barrels in the
Oh,
room.
okay. I guess. Yeah, and with that, I'm going to just kind of prep an action. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna have my cast one hand and then my turn.
Okay. That brings us to Kester Tilgrim Bennett.
Uh, okay. Um. So can I see the the next floor? Blended. Okay. All right.
So, dusting yourself off, you note the stairwell leading up and the sealed door with Lucian kind of holding against it.
Okay. And the door opens inward, as in to us, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I don't
That's
think that would be inward, but yes.
well, yeah. Well, my bad. All right. So yeah. All right. I instruct the Lucian, well, with my eyes just back a little bit, so I can open the door. As I just start chanting quietly, and cards start fluttering
would I
around.
be able to just open the door for him for when he
Hmm?
casts?
You could not open the door from the position you're at because the door has to be opened into your position. So you'd have to move. From where
Yeah.
Lucian's standing, he can't open the door. And if he does open the door, it would push you back and you wouldn't be able to, well, do anything.
Wait, so
Could
it
we be
swings
we
towards me?
would we be able to be side by side on the near the same spot that he could just slip past me? Or is he just stuck there?
I mean, you would have to literally, this is what it would look like for you to move. He would have to move, you would open the door, and then he would have to literally go like that. Like you're in a pretty tight corridor that has a sealed room. It's not exactly the best tactical position.
Oh, so it opens towards me, like as
Yes,
in
it
like.
opens out towards
Okay.
you, yeah. And
Oh,
since it's
that's
so big, it pretty much takes up most of that entire area. Like it's
nice.
just kind of a
Okay.
4 foot swing.
I wouldn't advise doing something because
Mm.
I'd rather with your health pool, I'd rather stand even somewhere near the front.
Hmm. So I mean, in that case, I can't do anything. Uh, well, this is problematic as hell. Um, hold on. Well, that just throws my plan out the window. So now I have to go actually go back to the drawing board.
I mean, you
Okay.
can't you like still prepare a spell? Because when it comes to when I get the chance to open the door, you'll be ready at a moment's notice.
Okay, I guess. I move backwards towards further up the stairs and just can I do Overwatch with a spell?
You can just ready a spell, yeah. So if anybody comes into your range, you just cast it at them. That's not.
Mhm.
That's just yeah. That's just readying your spells.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay. So yeah, I stand at the top of the stairs, well not at the top, but right where I am, and just start chanting various things, and just kind of have cards swirling on my hands, waiting, preparing scorching ray for anything that comes through the door.
Okay. That's gonna end your turn and bring up Tilgrim.
It's my turn. Oh, it's off. Okay.
I hope so.
Okay. Right in front of me. What is that? Like just a stack of 2x4s?
Right in front of you is not a stack of 2x4s. That would be a stack of 2x8s. To the south are the 2x4s.
Hmm.
Probably be a little bigger. Probably 4x8.
And how high does it reach exactly?
How high does what reach?
The 2x8s.
What do you mean?
Like if I was to if does it is it taller than me or is it like
So what
like
do
how many I'm maxing?
it's
Essentially.
it's 8 feet. It's a 2x8. I'm sorry. It's a 4x8. So it would
Is
be
he,
like 8 feet in length.
you asking how tall is the stack?
Yes.
Yeah, like is there
Oh,
a
you're
lot of
asking the stack or the? Because I'm
the
super
stack the
confused.
stack?
Like, yo, man, that was confusing.
Sorry,
Yeah, like
sorry.
when you're asking me questions for like investigation stuff, you need to be detailed. Like you have to like explain because I don't know what you're talking about when you say how big is the thing? How tall is that stuff? Like I don't know what you're talking about.
All that just gotta say how big is the stack?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, sorry. Is it so?
So it is stacked up from the ground up. You see it's about probably 4 feet in height. With just a bunch of different like just long strips of wood waiting to be bent and worked.
Okay. In the door we just came in, there's like a doorknob or
Uh, it's a normal door with a doorknob and a keyhole and whatnot. Yes. It's a wood door with just iron-bound slats all over it, and hinging.
okay. I'm going to take one of the 4x8s, right? And essentially prop it against the door, starting from the doorknob to the floor, wedged between the the stack in the door, essentially.
Okay. Um. Okie doke. Let's. Yeah. Let's. Let's play with. Let's play with that real quick, shall we? Wee. Wow. 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 That should probably be like a cooler red. Whatever. Anyway, so you managed to barricade the front door. You could see the slamming against it doesn't get any easier to deal with the sound of, but because of the wood, it's more secure. Seems far harder for them to. I'll just do this. It seems far harder for them to get in now.
Okay, cool.
You note that the struggle continues, but it seems to be of no avail. That is your action movement.
Can I see under? Can I see? Base. Is that a stairway in the other room?
From where you're underneath looking, yeah, that's a direct view. So yes, that is a spiraling staircase you could see that's leading north.
Okay. I'm going to essentially move. Actually, no. I'm staying on the desk, and I'm in my.
Okay. This brings us to Bennett. And this will end our session.
I am just in the worst spot of my freaking life. I don't know what the hell I can actually do. I don't know. I don't know what to do. God. Fuck. Okay. Might as well go for something. So, sitting there, Ben's just gonna like start to fidget and then start to. He just sitting there pondering like if there's a freaking way out of this. Okay. So, with what I got left, I'm gonna put both hands together and just kind of, for the first time in fucking my life, I'm just gonna kind of mumble a short prayer to myself, to whatever freaking God can hear. I'll just go, if I get out of this, I'm actually gonna turn into a believer. As he's going to begin casting Scorching Ray. So as his hands start to turn hot and the flames start to turn to a white color, from where he is currently, 3 sigils are gonna show up right in front of the root monster. I want to say in front of the outside door. And as he does this, he kind of speeds up as I use Quicken Spell for my meta magic list. Using up 2 meta magic points, I can make the spell be casted on my bonus action instead of my main action. So, uh, create 3 rays of fire and hurl them at targets within range. So I'm
Wait,
going to.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I'm going to have all 3 of the rays hit the tree monster in the doorway. I still don't know what the names are. I'm just gonna call him the Brute.
Grootman.
Is that actually the name, or is that the name we gave him?
No, but why would you call them groupmen? Are you moving, shooting? Like, what are we doing?
From where I am, I'm gonna use all 3 rays to hit the one in front of the door.
Okay, I guess that's gonna.
Yep. God damn it. Okay, so one of them's 16.
Yeah,
Uh,
exclamation point and then nothing.
one of them's not 20, and the other one's 7.
So the seven is going to miss. Let's just say it hits the wall because you're at a weird angle. The 16 and the 25, I think hit. Let me just check if the 16 hits.
Yeah, man, you got a crit in there. Gods are looking down on you.
Trying to get out of this situation. And I'm still mad that the entire group decided, hey, now's a good time to split up and look for clues.
Okay, it's okay, man. You can just dash away.
Okay, cool. So these are them. Would you roll? I'm sorry, that was a 16 hits, 25 hits.
Okay. So that is. Okay, so 2d6, that's the 16. Should I just roll 2d6 for all the damage for each individual one, or should I roll damage for each individual one?
I believe you're supposed to roll the damage for each.
Okay. So, one, and then there's that one, that crit. The first one's 5, and the 11, that's the one I rolled an at 20 on. Does the damage double on that?
For the attack, yeah. So you're gonna go
Okay.
ahead and make it a 22. So it's
Okay.
going to be, what is that? 27?
So does it go
27
right
damage.
through?
Yeah, 27. What are we doing? Cool. So the beam tears through the or the first beam tears through the creature. The second beam manages to get to and hit the one diagonally to it. You could see it burns a part of its shoulder off. You could see as the shoulder part is burning and there's still kind of flame that there's still bark and wood reaching up, grabbing at the fire and just crushing it as you see the shoulder kind of rebuild itself. This makes the creatures note your or where you are. Uh,
Oh,
movement.
okay, so quickly before they could try to charge in, right? I'm going to immediately take off out of the room towards the outside. Yeah, from there, and then just go south and try to get as far as I can from them. So I have a movement speed of 30. Okay, and from where I am, I'm going to stop and make a quick 180 as I put both my hands in the ground and three more sigils appear above me. I'm going to use my main action also to cast Scorching Ray. So, 5. Hopefully, I don't mess this one up. 15, 7, and 22.
You're going to hit with the 22 and miss with the other two, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check that. Nope, I take it back. You hit with the 15 and the 22.
Okay, so two of those hit.
I forgot. Yeah, those are needlies. AC is a.
I like Brootlings more.
Oh, no. They're not. Needlies are AC 12. There you go. Let me just modify this whole list so everybody knows what they're fighting. So I'm just naming them what I feel like. If you want to learn the names to things in the proper way, you just kind of look at things in game,
But that's hard.
right? To ask questions and actually like learn things. This is a druid. Oh, you already have everything. Great. I'm just gonna edit Carl's stuff then, because Carl's smarter than me. I can't edit your stuff. Never mind. I'm sad faced. I don't care anymore. I quit. Anyway,
Just copy, like highlight it, copy, and then paste it.
nah,
Either
you're
way.
fine. It doesn't really matter. All right, and that ends your turn, right? Oh no,
Yeah,
you're
I
you're
have to.
casting stuff, so you're
Yeah,
still doing damage, man. What are you doing, man?
yeah, I was about to roll it for the damage.
Yeah, roll everything at once, man. Just throw
So
it down.
one of those rays is 6 damage. The other one is 9 damage. I'm
We're
gonna
gonna have 14.
I'm gonna hit the 9 damage
Start at
on the
15.
one that I've hit before, hoping to like slow him down in his pursuit, and 6 damage to the one to his southeast, assuming he's facing me.
Okay, cool. So as the beam fires off the first one, it obliterates him as he kind of just shatters to the wayside. The other beam was aimed at who?
The according to where the map is right now, northeast.
So this dude,
Yeah.
and he gets hit with what is that? So as the ray hits him, you can see his chest where it's hitting kind of start to slowly burn as it just shatters. Wood splinters kind of fly everywhere. This knocks one of them back as the other one kind of jumps up ready and waiting. And that ends your turn unless you want to think, I guess.
Uh. Hmm. I. Hmm. Would I be able to? I know I'm out of movement, but would I be able to leap to behind the small bit of the house there, or is that, or am I not able to do that?
You're not, but I'll just move you because it doesn't really matter if you move from here to here.
Okay.
That's not
So
going to kill anybody.
so with that said, I'm just gonna put my head like back to the pillar I'm behind and just go, okay, I may have to start going to church. And I'll just end my turn.
Cool. We're going to end the session here.
Hey, at least we didn't die.
You said what?
Oh, wait, I have a question, Jay. So
What?
the
Lucian what?
two, wait, what?
Someone said Lucian what?
No, he says
No,
at least we
they
didn't
said
die.
at least we didn't die.
Oh,
So, Mr. J, the two not daggers, the two blades, you said they could be used as daggers, right? So if I gave them to Lucian, who's proficient in that sort of weaponry, he would be able to use it.
I didn't
yeah.
say that. I didn't say none of that.
I'm asking. You said the blades were like big, like enough to be daggers.
Didn't say that at all. My
You
exact
did.
wording was the larger blades are the same size as daggers.
Okay, could they be used as daggers?
I mean, they're wood carving knives. If you use them as daggers, they'll break pretty quick.
That sucks. Wood
You
carved
know,
knives.
Like they're
you
just
know,
little. They're like knives that whittle. Like they're
um,
not daggers made to stab. Really, most daggers are full, like, or at least in game, or at least hell, daggers in general. Most daggers are not hilted. Most daggers are complete builds. Um, so yeah, you would be using something that's more akin to like something that like a steak knife. You could stab something with it until that thing is stronger than your stabbingness or whatever.
it's not made for combat.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not going to work out.
I guess
And
I use it
also,
for medical
So,
stuff.
I
so
don't
look at the house that you
just a
robbed.
pro tip. I don't think you want to give the fighter character the daggers. That doesn't sound like they're going to use that very well.
I mean,
Like
I mean,
hey, X builds.
you could, I guess. I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah, he was a dex build, so I figured, daggers are finesse weapons in a way. I don't know.
Oh, I got you. Oh, okay.
I just don't have any, so no utility. So earlier, and I bailed on this, so I might as well. I was gonna do a thing where I put the short sword up to the door to hear like vibrate. And anyone seen Avatar?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That
Yeah.
that's what ran through my mind. But that just would have been stupid.
Hmm.
Like, yo, why,
Yes,
why would I need to
hell.
hear vibrations?
I mean,
Mm.
you could see vibrations. I don't know about hear them.
How are we going to revert Koro?
We're gonna focus on that
Good.
after we get out of this predicament.
Can we get
Koro's
a
not in
name on
this
that?
campaign.
No,
Exalt.
me and Esther are about to go ahead and take on the big boss guy. And I would love for one more person to be here.
Hey, Mr. J,
I
I read up on like casting, right? Because I didn't want to waste spell slots, and it said if I casted a spell as a ritual, the spell wouldn't consume a spell slot, but it would add 10 minutes to its casting. Is that true?
I mean, if it's written down as a rule, then I'm
Yeah.
not going to say no, it's
Because
not true.
it said as long as it has like a ritual tag, I can cast it as a ritual.
Tr-
Yes,
So
you
Is it
can.
at what level do you start doing that? Can you just do it at the jump?
Yes, level
Because
one
I know.
cleric.
Okay,
it's
so
not
yeah,
the
it's just
tag.
Wizards, clerics,
it's
bards.
it's just going to add 10 minutes, which means it's going to add
Like 2 turns, 3 turns.
no what? It's going
Well,
to add
An hour was
10,
like 10
20,
turns.
30. It's going to be 30
yeah,
turns.
yeah.
Wait,
Is
an
it 30
hour was
turns?
like 10 turns.
No. 10 turns is yeah, I know. I messed that up actually.
That's what I'm saying.
I was just trying to speed that up. So it would probably be like if an hour is going to take 10 turns, which should have been what 1 minute, because that's a minute,
Yeah,
and
Mhm.
that's way too long already. I have to do the math right then. Okay, so I'll just put it at like 5 turns.
it's not bad. So I guess I can just
And next
heal.
time I'll just do it accurately because yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess I'll just be healing as rituals and just save spell slots. 5 turns
Yeah,
isn't bad.
I wasted all
Wait,
of my superiority die.
so if I heal outside of combat as a ritual, that's just basically 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah. After 10 minutes, the heal goes off.
Cool.
all right. So
Well, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I just have like one thing to say, right? And I don't want this to be taken out of context by anyone, right? But what the hell is going on?
All right. So see what had happened
Well,
was
the
right.
bosses are
Everybody had
inside.
I mean,
No. I just want to know like what the hell? Because like I know we were being chased in here, but we had like some
Mhm,
sort of plan going along with it. We were gonna try to clear the place
mhm.
out, but then
Yeah.
like we have us tried to stealth, then we got caught in this situation, then nothing else came out of it. Two of us are downstairs trying to fight the boss of this place, which I'm assuming would need all of us since we're all a giant group. But
and
like
again,
what I
Yo, can we actually can we have a different conversation real quick? Because this is gonna come up. So, what makes you think there's a boss in the basement?
Yeah, the
I
boss
don't
is
know.
the guy's pretty
Like,
weak from what I've seen.
what would have denoted that that's a boss? Like, how would you have known there's a boss? Because you keep using words that I don't understand. Like, why is that a boss?
I don't know. He's just generally stronger than the others, so I'm just generalizing
How do,
because in the
Is
how do
he?
you know he's stronger than the others?
Yeah, I didn't
What was
get
it that
any
told
information.
you? Yeah, like what was it that gave away that he was stronger than everybody else?
nothing really. I'm just throwing it up, just throwing stuff out there.
Good. Pro tip: stop throwing things out there like that because it makes people assume things that aren't true. And you guys, as a group, have a weird habit of like, I don't know why, but you believe somebody who doesn't have real information, and then you go with it, and things get weird. Like it
Implement.
happened a lot in Waterdeep, and I don't mean like you're wrong. I just mean like in general, try to take a step back and realize as characters in the situation, you may not know things that your player, you as a person, knows or thinks you know. And that's going to get you in trouble in this campaign a lot. It's going to kill half of you.
Yeah, I
I
just
would
kind of
I would
assume
stick
people
to
know
like
it.
yeah, I would stick to like you're a player in a situation. You were told to go try to figure out what's going on in here, and for some odd reason, you guys just started doing whatever. Like you walked in and was like, "Fuck it, I don't care if the guy told us all this important information. I'm just gonna start putting my dick in everything." So
Very good.
that's not like in Waterdeep. Would have panned out. This isn't gonna pan out like legit. Like next session, like I could guarantee half of you are gonna die. I can guarantee that. Like I'm not saying that to be scary or anything. Just going off of what this looks like, I'm still looking at. Half of you are gonna die. So just know that now. Yeah, half of you, because you're all in situations where like there's multiple ways to approach this. Again, there just is. This was probably the worst way you could have approached this. Like the idea of like Jotun saying, "I'm gonna knock on the door," after like the dude Davian told you guys like, "Yo, there's some dude in our winery like trashing the place. Can you go like figure out what that is out?" Like the idea that these things are coming at you, and I let you know that a few times, and instead of like barricading yourself inside and making sure you had defensive positions set up, you just like kind of ignored it and were like, "Oh, they don't exist anymore because we're not on that map." So uh, I need you guys to stop thinking about this in terms of video game because like that whole idea like, oh, they're gone so it doesn't matter, that's not true. The idea where the one druid went upstairs and it kind of went back to a, oh, it doesn't matter if they're upstairs, and now there's like four druids in the room. um I can only imagine what the dude downstairs is now doing in preparation for the fact that that situation happened. Also, you still don't know what's on the second floor. There is a second floor. So again, you don't know at what point whatever's on the second floor is going to just be like, all right, there's too much noise downstairs. Let's figure that out. So again, situationally, you probably shouldn't have gone in the house until you knew specifically how you were going to approach it with the things chasing you.
Mm.
Also, I'm pretty sure Mr. J said things will suit you if they can see you. So yeah.
Yeah, like every single thing in this game is just going to lock on you and not care about anything else except what you are. Notably enough, you should also start trying to figure out what things you can talk to and what things you can't, and how not to get shot in the face or blown up when talking to people. Because that matters too. Like this entire scenario could have been stopped if you would have just talked to people. Like there was actually like none of this was combat oriented.
Mm.
That's why I felt like this was like a worst case scenario because like other than barricading the door, none of this was combat based.
Oh,
Well, not unless you wanted it to be. So let's be clear.
oh, sweet.
There's some other things I'm not going to say because they'll have a kind of a whatever the outcome is, they'll change it because you've already changed the outcome of this quest by doing certain things inside the winery, which I'm interested to see how that pans out.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another pro tip though, if you're in someone's place of business, you probably shouldn't be picking things up and putting them in your pocket,
Like, yo,
right?
you just
Right? Like
robbing place, man.
I'm just saying, like that probably is a terrible idea if it's somebody's place of business and they're standing outside, right?
Wait, what did Sotero take?
Guess he just stole workshop tools.
Yeah, he
Swag.
took their workshop tools. So no matter what, now he took the workshop tools.
Can you
Like
put them back
your
or no?
player, why your player wouldn't know to put them back,
Oh, okay. I see.
so you're stuck with them. It's definitely gonna have a weird outcome when you guys are done with this. So I would plan for that as well.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Druids, right? No, but so the druids are different people. It's just that if I had to make tokens, and trust me, I did for a lot of this campaign. If I have to make tokens for every single thing in this campaign, I'm gonna flip out. That's stupid. So some of the tokens are just generic. So all the druids have two tokens, male or female, unless they're special. Most of the overall creatures in this have the same tokens. You'll note that people with different tokens are usually different people. This goes for pretty much everybody with a different token. Actually, that's
Oh,
actually the gamiest way to figure it out. That said, whew, this was a fun session. Uh, it's I don't know why it was so like heavy on like not communicating, but fun session.
Definitely. Right. Yeah. Oh boy. Well,
I feel
now
like we can figure
I don't
out
know. I had fun doing the stare down moment.
like if we okay. So I'm thinking that if we maybe get rid of those little three dudes and maybe block that door because they're doing something. I don't know what, but they're doing something.
just
We
start
can
killing druids, bro. Like,
no.
who knows?
I'm just saying maybe we can just run upstairs and deal with what's up there with what's up there.
That is
Well,
not a
whatever's
smart thing to
downstairs.
do.
Huh?
Wait.
Because right
Yeah.
now we
Yeah.
have a
Going upstairs
bunch
is
of
actually a
enemies
good
down here, and if we try to go to floor 2, they're going to follow us to floor 2, and we are
No, I
going to be
know that.
surrounded by all angles.
No, I know that, but from like where we are, we can't really get out because from the let's see, the exit to the left, there's three people over there, the two big dudes and the druid. The exit that's entering into the room, where all the exits that leads outward, there's three druids there, and then there's also two other big dudes blocking the exit to the right. The only exit,
That's rough.
the one that's nearest to me, I barricaded that because well, there's three big dudes blocking that dude, that door. So we are kind of already surrounded.
Oh, I'm sorry to cut you off. I completely forgot. You each received 50 experience points.
Oh,
Huh.
cool.
Oh, sick. Yeah, so like also so yeah, based on what I know from playing games, which is definitely not something I should mention now, but I'm still gonna do it. If we kill all the druids, either the three things could happen. The trans literally don't fucking care and still continue trying to murder us. B, they stop moving, die or something. Or
Yeah, that's all
C,
a possibility.
they go berserk and they kill us even harder. So I say we kill all the druids.
There's also the chance that they become super
I mean,
friendly and wants to
I'd
give us
also suggest knocking them
fruits.
out.
Bro, I'm killing all the druids, bro. Starting with that
And
motherfucker in the basement.
I would just knocking them
Um,
out so we get the entire story.
So
Jay,
technically, and this is gonna sound like this is gonna be super harsh, but it's a real thing. That's just gonna sound super harsh. You technically can't kill any of the druids unless any of you are evil characters. There would be no reason to kill them. Even
Ah,
a neutral character wouldn't kill a druid. It's
they're
a
trying to
druid,
murder us. That's
but
not
that does.
fair.
I
Do you
mean,
know why? Do you know why they're trying to murder you?
they probably
well,
think we're
No.
breaking into the
So
building.
I mean,
as a
that's
good
why.
character, you would want to know why they were trying to murder you. I'm just saying. I know I hate using that, but I'm just keeping it 100. Like there'd be no way in your personality trait that you would say immediately in your head, "Hey, these people should die," because you should know what druids are. Druids are one with the earth. They get their power from the earth. They usually worship earth spirits and stuff. There's not many earth spirit worshiping people in the world that want to murder you. So there's probably some complicated and complex things happening here.
Oh,
That
they did
said,
say they was
you
coming to.
could murder all the druids. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just telling you that'd be weird.
They did say they was
Okay, all
So,
coming
right,
for
fine,
yo,
something
Strahd
fine,
rolls
important.
up,
fine.
yo, homie, why you murdering my peeps?
Okay, fine. We don't murder all the druids. This is the pain in the ass. My job just
Jay,
got 50 times harder.
when we came into where we were approaching the building, do we see any windows at all?
We
There
see
were
any
windows
windows
that
in
were
this?
boarded up from the inside. So while you're inside, if you're looking at like the inner area, there's no windows here. There's windows that are boarded up. The first windows are over here on the sides and on the backs of the housing, but the front doesn't have any windows.
Are there any on the second floor or no?
I wouldn't know, and neither would you.
Oh, okay.
You could probably look outside if you went outside and looked up, but no one ever did that.
Hmm.
Correct.
Another pro tip: before entering buildings and stuff, you can like look at the building and say, "Huh, what's on the second floor?" You can also like do things like there's stone pillars out there, so somebody with a rope could have like tie the rope around the pillar and created kind of like a climb, kind of a climber, and just climbed up the rope to get to the second floor, and probably could have looked for a window to creep in. You could have also checked out the stable, you know, neat stuff there. You can't really do it now, but you could have opened the stable up and found a horse and, scared the shit out of the horse and made it run. That probably would have got a bunch of those things to chase it, um, freeing you up some time to move. Um, you could have probably cracked the wagon and got some of the barrels to roll out too, creating a massive sound. That would have sent most of the druids over there, and you could have entered from the other side of the house. There's a lot of stuff you could have did. You could have just went to the back of the house and just went right down to the basement secretly. Um, you know,
Sure.
you could have asked
Oh,
the Mardikovs where they keep most of their barrels. They would have said there's a basement in the back, and you could have just, did all that too. So yeah,
So
lots of stuff. Oh
mm,
yeah, he did
oh,
tell you.
so such
Yeah,
a
he did say they're in the basement. That's
He did.
wild.
okay. All right. All right. Okay. So,
and
don't
try diplomacy.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Well, not
technically, it would have worked. Uh,
I probably should have said no.
I should just actually just talk to him, perhaps.
I know the
Oh
song.
well,
I'm
not the case there.
I'm gonna keep it real. It's gonna be real hard to talk to them now.
Oh yeah, of course, naturally. I mean, but now we just have to restrain them after we
Yeah.
murder all of your minions. Except that we're not gonna murder them. We're just gonna tackle one of them and make them
We
stop.
can make non-lethal attacks, right?
Yes, you can. You must
Yeah,
declare it first.
Okay.
Yeah.
everything's a kill
Hello,
unless you
testing.
declare it. Hello.
I
What?
got disconnected. What'd you say?
Or anything within reason. Like literally, you can all do anything within reason. And that just means like
Yeah.
I'll tell you when it's not within reason.
Mr. J, I have a question.
No. Question.
What's
It's not within reason.
So what was I gonna say? Okay, so I was in the barrel thing that's open. Oh, that's so.
All right. So, with that session done, and a massive problem on the party's plate, I'm gonna end it here. Um, I'll find someone to raid so we can send you guys some entertainment and all of the above. We can raid sooner. Let's go raid sooner. Nice. Let's go over and raid sooner. I think he'll enjoy the raid. It's been a while since I've seen him, so this will be a good reintroduction. So that said, join me in raiding Sunar Cologne. He is currently playing Genshin, and he's playing the new 1.12 update, I believe it was, where Albedo and Dragon Spine are all open and all up for summons and things of that sort. So, join us in raiding him, and I will see each and every one of you people next time.